What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you are new to the channel, I am your host as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it, man. I've been off for like 5 days. I had a really bad hamstring injury. I couldn't even like sit properly, man. I had to just lay down and really like stay elevated pretty much. Still in a lot of pain, but not as bad as it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right, enough of me over here, man. Let's get into the actual topic of discussion over here. Was Noah Clowny season a bad well, I'm sorry, was Noah Clowny season a disappointment over here, man? Let's get into this actual article. And I guess they break down the whole season of Noah Clowny, and I think Jody Fernandez actually has some. Yeah, here we go, right here. All right. Let me see if it's showing up on the screen here. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can actually enhance this a little bit. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. And it says over here was Clowney doing more at 19 years old, the sole bright spot at the end of the miserable 23-24. Let me get into the actual meat of the article because this is actually really long. I don't want to bore you guys. It says Jordy Fernandez, what he needs especially is games, and that's why we're excited about next season and also excited about the summer to put more work in. Now, Jody Fernandez, I don't know what this man is actually talking about right now. Games aren't going to help. Yo, give me a second, man. Hold on. Let me get through this over here, man. So games aren't going to just help Noah Clowny. You get better in the offseason, man. If you're a bad ball handler, right, you don't go into a pickup game and say, I actually want to be the point guard if you're not a real good ball handler or even like a men's league or anything like that, man. You're not going to actually just develop like that if you have all of these limitations in your game over there, man. So it says over here, keeping in mind the rocky nature of this season, not speculating that he was playing at less than 100%, but acknowledging the possibility, we can only analyze what's on tape, and there are some glaring flaws. And this is what Jody Fernandez actually really has to say, man. There's a lot of flaws, man. It says, namely, athletic concerns. No, it's more than just athletic concerns, man. Yes, if he flies down an open lane and throws down an uncontested dunk, Noah Clowny will look very athletic, soaring high above the rim, but a severe lack of lateral explosion, functional strength, and versatility has long been questions for him. So, again, I do question a lot of development when it comes to the Nets. And not just the Nets, a lot of these teams around the league, man. The NBA development system is absolutely trash, man. We've seen it with Nick Claxton. None of these guys has actually really gotten better. The role players, man. We haven't seen, like, role players, like, just morph into, like, I don't want to say superstars, but let's say, at least a star player, man. Somebody that could be like a high-end role player, pretty much. Like a guy who's one-dimensional, like Noah Clowny and Nick Claxton. Like, at least develop a skill to where they can actually contribute to, like, a championship team. I don't see that in the cards for Noah Clowny or Nick Claxton. I don't know what's going on with the development system in the league right now, man. And it says Noah Clowny's weak finishing over here. So let's see. Let's see the article. Okay. Yes, all right. Right now, he wants to be able to try to create space right here. Look, he tries to. If he was like 240, 250, he'd be able to try to get this defender off balance right here. But he just can't. He's too small. He's 6'9". He's 210 pounds. And I mean, and he also right here, he's actually being double teamed right here. He has two defenders on him. And you have a wide open Zaire Williams right here, in the corner right there. He should be able to kick that pass out. This is what I'm saying right here, man. I don't understand, like, who's teaching these guys really actually how to play basketball, man? Two guys on you, man. This is tough for even like let's say a Bam or something like that, man, for Jaren Jackson Jr., guys who are like bigger, stronger, two guys on you, depending on who's actually guarding you. All right, so it says, however, okay, so they compared the frame. The 20-year-old's frame has been drawn comparisons to Nick Claxton, who was 20 years old when Brooklyn drafted him. 4 years later, Clax led the league in field goal percentage on a handful of self-created in addition to the unusual pick and roll finishes. All right, so wow, okay, man, he needs to add more to his game too, man. All right, Clowny, who is 2 inches short. Let me get back to this Noah Clowny's weak finishing over here. Let's get back to this. See, you can't move him or anything like that, man. He's not strong enough, man. He's not strong enough to actually really move this defender, get him off balance a little bit, get into the body and actually finish. Gets his shot blocked, man. Yeah, gets his shot blocked again. Again, just not strong enough. That was just a bad shot right there, man. You got to be strong, man. There's a physicality component when it actually really comes down to this. It says Clax is much more coordinated mover. His main appeal at Georgia, he can maneuver through tight spaces and really explode off the ground despite being Clax is more athletic than him. But who cares what he actually did at Georgia, man? College and pros are two totally different things right there, man. And it says, will he put on bulk in the coming years, including this summer? Yes, but getting stronger, shiftier, more explosive, that's a huge ask, though he still could develop a better touch on some shots, man. Yeah, being shifty is, a key thing right there, man. It's, you can't just be a guy that just, drives to the rim without a plan. But I mean, is Jordi Fernandez, who actually wants to win at some point, is going to allow him to play through the mistakes? No, I don't think so over here, man. Let me get the link in here for you guys, man. Let me get this link. Hold on. I ain't going to be on too long tonight, man, because like my hamstring is really killing me, man. And, sitting down, for a long period of time, I got to stretch, man. I'm going to be on here till maybe 12:45. All right, DJ, get on up in here, man. DJ, I'm feeling Houston right now, man. I'm thinking they actually going to come out the West, man. I'm thinking they're going to come out the West, man. I'm been watching a lot of Houston Rockets, man, and those guys are like dogs over there, man. I really, really love the roster construction of that team. Now looking at, we'll get to another video when it comes to the draft and everything, man. I think Sean Marks waited too late. He should have pulled the plug maybe even before KD and Kyrie and Kevin Durant, man. No, I'm telling you, DJ, I'm telling you, man. Houston, woo! I'm telling you, man. Let me get Jonathan on up in here. Jonathan, what's good, man?
Hey, man. Hope your hamstring feels better, but those suck, so.
Yeah, I just gotta stay off it, man. I can't play any basketball, man. I gotta just.
I sit and rest.
Basketball.
Trusting Houston is crazy, nasty work.
No, I'm telling you, man. They got dogs on that team, man. I'm looking. I want to do a whole.
BK?
I'll tell you this: Houston is definitely a wild card in the playoffs. Can they get through the first round? I think that's what people are kind of looking to see right now. And can you guys believe that Denver might be in the play-in if they lose another game? That's crazy. That West is so freaking bunched, man. That'd be wild. The Nuggets going to the play-in. But yeah, BK, just you think about Clowny. Yeah, it's unfortunate this season with the injuries. You kind of hope he would take some leaps. I thought the 3-point shooting was all right, but I think what DJ's alluding to, you want to see more from the interior offensive part of his game and defensively. This third year is very important for Clowny, that's for sure.
I don't think he's going to be able to do it overnight, man. It's not going to take one summer.
He's got to stay healthy. I think the injuries really hurt his momentum. You think about it, the last games before he got injured, he was getting to the free throw line and starting to show a bit of an interior game, but the injuries kind of really derailed him a bit this season. He's got to be healthy.
His finishing is so bad, though, bro.
Yeah, this is before the injuries, man. They were talking about contact struggles, and this is something I said on this show.
I think his ball handling skills got a little bit better, though.
Well, he needs to be able to work on 1-2 dribble pull-ups. He has to be more shifty. He has to work on like a.
No, he's not as shifty. I think his ball handling skills is better than Claxton and Dayron's though.
I think that's why you want to draft the point guard with your lottery pick because I think it helps
you don't agree
Clowney's
with that, BK? You don't think his ball handling is better than Dayron's and Claxton's?
I've seen him try to do it on a couple occasions. I'm
not talking about shifty. I'm not talking about shifty ball handling skills. I'm just talking about regular ball handling skills.
I gotta see a larger sample size of it, man. I have to see.
He has dribbled to the rim a few times to get calls, which were interesting. That was like little moments of growth. Claxton's done it once in a while. You know how Claxton is. Like, he'll do one layup to the rim, and that's it. Dayron, he can't dribble. We've kind of seen his dribble game be really bad.
I don't think Dayron can dribble at all.
Oh, my God. It's really a struggle to see him dribble sometimes. You're right.
Really Westchester, Leicester, we're going to get to that story tomorrow night with Cam Thomas probably going to New York. If you're Sean Marks, do that deal quickly. All right, go ahead, man.
I don't want PJ Tucker need to get out the league, bro.
Wait, what?
No, there was a story that came out. I'm gonna do it tomorrow night. Probably tomorrow night. I'll see. If
what about that trade hypothetical from that channel that does sports trades? I mean, on that article site that does sports trades.
Yeah. Sign a trade with the Knicks. Cam Thomas going to the Knicks. And the Knicks probably paying him like $20 million per year. And if I'm Sean Marks,
I used to want McBride, but I don't know, bro. He is 6'1".
The thing is, I'm just looking at like a lot of these rosters. I've been looking at a lot of different teams, man. I mean, we're just like so far away, like metaphorically, like we're in like the planet Pluto right now, man. We're just so far.
I'm telling you, this is the draft to get bigger. Most of the players in this draft are 6'5" and up. So if
we are like probably one of the smallest teams in the NBA.
That is Sean Marks. His belief in small ball philosophy has gotten his team nowhere. If he drafts big in this draft, it's gonna be breaking news, man, all over New York City, man.
So what is Clowny? Clowny's like what, 6'8"?
6'9", 6'10", something like that.
He looks smaller than 6'10", bro.
No, I'm no King Ribby. I'm not a troll, bro. Like, we're not going to win with Cam Thomas, man. You can sign. It's like because I'd rather like trade, not trade. It's like sign like role players, man, than to give Cam Thomas like a multi-year contract because you're not going to win with him, man. I'm just looking at Houston's roster. You saw how they held like they held Steph Curry to like 3 points. I was watching that Golden State and
the Warriors win.
They lost.
They lost to the Rockets.
Steph Curry was unplayable, man. Like I was looking. I'm like, you gotta take Steph Curry off the floor. I've never seen a team do that to Steph Curry, man. Like just.
Well, we all know the Rockets is good, but this is gonna be their first time in the playoffs, bro.
You got like they all like not trying to do too much, man. They're not like trying to play hero basketball. They all playing team basketball.
See it, bro. I don't see them winning.
They got
them winning the first round.
I'm gonna do a whole breakdown on this, not on this channel, but my other channel.
DJ. DJ,
wait, what seed are they now? They still the last time I checked, they was a 3rd seed. What seed are they now? The 2nd seed?
I think they're 2nd or 3rd right now.
Where the Lakers at, bro? I gotta check the seedings, bro. I gotta check the standings. I forgot where the Lakers. I think the Lakers.
Everybody's going crazy over the Lakers beat OKC, man. They think the Lakers are gonna like on that level with them.
Yes, bro. Luka, bro, stop, bro. Luka always beats Shea. Like Shea is not like that, bro. Luka is like that.
I think Luka's getting exposed. I think Luka's getting exposed on defense in the playoffs, man. I think Luka's getting exposed on the
what's your take on Noah Clowny? Has he been a disappointment this season? Do you actually see him getting better?
And Jalen Wilson too. We need to get into that, BK. Jalen Wilson has been a complete disappointment.
Yeah, he's really dropped the ball.
I don't have a take on Noah Clowny, but I do got a take on Cooper Flag being dog water, nigga.
Oh my God! You don't watch his game. You don't watch his game. Everything you say about him is irrelevant. You don't watch his game. Irrelevant. All of him. You don't watch what he does. You will discredit him on every misplay he has. You, sir, are not an expert.
Here they go, BK.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop!
I watched him miss.
Oh my God! Cooper's over. Yo, guys! Cooper's Flag career's over. He missed one shot. Oh my God!
He is dog water.
Sure.
And not hold on, bro. And not only is he dog water, right? I'm gonna tell you something funny. I was talking to Jamal, right? And I said to Jamal, soon as they lost, I said, I can't wait for Gary and John to get online You and Gary duck so much smoke. Y'all ain't want to talk about that Cooper Flag. That nigga is disgusting, bro. He's not coming to save shit,
Gary,
bro.
first
He
of all,
is
Gary, I'm gonna defend Gary on that one.
That
Hold on,
nigga
hold on.
poop.
Gary don't even want to
He
draft Cooper
poop,
Flag.
bro.
He want to draft don't he want to draft
poop.
Jordan Harper?
The nigga poop.
Yeah, he
I don't
Jordan
care
Harper,
what you
Ace
say.
Bailey.
He liked Ace in the beginning, but now he
Cooper
moves to
Flag is
Harper and
poop.
Cooper.
Yo,
He likes
listen.
Harper.
Yo, listen,
you think?
John,
You
I'ma
think?
say this
Hold on. You
John
think?
is the only one
You
up
think?
here be talking about Cooper Flag.
You know
DJ,
why?
think
Because he's
that?
going to be
You think
drafted
that?
number one. Wait. You know why he's going to be drafted number one? Because
poop.
everything people said he couldn't do, he showed you what he can do.
What'd you say, BK? You think I what?
Hey, yo,
You think
John,
that
listen.
Ace Bailey could be like
Yo,
another
John, no
Amin
hating
Thompson?
shit, John.
No.
Damn.
Hey, yo, hold on. Yo, John, listen. No hating shit. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion of Cooper, right? And I told Jamal, this no hating shit. This real shit, right? Cooper is a great defender, right? And he's a good catch and shoot guy.
He's not a good defender, man. You crazy? He's like number one in blow-bys, Harlem.
No.
I'm not talking about just the playoffs player
again,
one. I'm talking about overall.
This is my opinion, BK.
Regular season, like
this is
if
my
you look at
opinion
their
from what I've seen.
record
He a good
against each other, bro,
defender,
Luka almost always
and
wins.
he a good catch and shoot guy. But when it comes to shot creation, that's not his strong point. And I just want to point this out too, bro, right? And I told Jamal this. Anybody can look good when they have other pieces. The Mala Watch kid, he dog water too, right? Fucking Cooper Kneppel, whatever. All them niggas is trash, bro. Ain't none of them dudes going to the NBA ain't gonna be none of them, bro. They all role players, dogs.
Wait, hold on. Let me. Why you don't think that
Ace
Ace Bailey could be like Amin Thompson? What's lacking there?
Wait, what?
Wait, Ace Bailey? Yo, BK. None of these guys, bro, are stars. They all role players, bro. Cooper, Ace.
You gotta let them grow their first 2 years before you make these definitive statements.
Yo, bro, listen, bro. Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, none of them going to the Wizards. Yo, listen, bro. When you a really good player, right? You can go to the Wizards, right? Cooper, if he's that good, he can go to the Wizards right now, and the Wizards be a playing team. He don't got that effect, bro. He's not going to be better than Chris Middleton. He's not going to be fucking better than Jordan Poole. He a role player, John. I'm not saying that the nigga ain't going to be a successful
Can Jordan Poole score off a Cooper Flag? If they were on a one-on-one, is Jordan Poole
Yo, John, what are you talking about? Hold on. The scoring,
Cooper would lock him down on defense.
It's not even close. What are you talking
about?
Come
on, man. Is Jordan Poole going to guard Cooper? Is he going to stop him? No.
No, that's not what he's saying though. But he's not better than Jordan Poole. He's not better than
John.
Koulibaly.
You gotta let Cooper play his first. You gotta let Cooper play first. Just how he matches up against everybody. You're making generalizations that haven't been written yet.
I'm not saying
what he's trying to tell you though, John, is that these dudes
right?
in this draft are not going to go to a team and make an impact and make them a winning team.
Of course, not off the bat. Not off the bat. It depends where you go, right? It depends where you go, right? We all know this. Depends where you go.
Hold on, real quick, hold on. So when you say it depends on where you go, right? Okay, cool. That's why he brought up the Wizards. He brought up a bad team. So if you saying, let's say the Hornets. If he go over there in the Hornets, you think he come better than LaMelo?
That's what I'm trying to say, John. If Cooper
he might fit with LaMelo, because they're probably him and Miller. Him and LaMelo, they might fit.
You hear this guy? He's backtracking, bro.
Yo, John, listen, John.
You just hear what you just said?
Yeah, one at a time.
Hey, yo, DJ, hold on. Yo, John, if you put Cooper, right, because like I thought about some teams. If you put Cooper on the Pistons right now, right, the Pistons will be better, right, instantly. You know why? Because you got Cade, you got Beasley, Harris is okay. You got some guys in place where Cooper doesn't have to be the main guy, so he'll actually shine. But he's the type of player, John. He has to be put in a good situation to prosper. If he goes
I know
to
that.
a
Listen,
bad
I
team,
know that if you put the right pieces with Cooper, you see everything he can do. And I agree.
Right.
If he's on a team where he has to be the main offensive guy, he's probably gonna have some growing pains. But here's the thing: if you put the right pieces around Cooper, all of his skill sets will shine. But I think right now the teams I'm looking at, I'm looking at Brooklyn Hornets and maybe I don't want to say Washington, but they're second right now.
Yo, John. So me and you agree on that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's gonna be a bad player.
None of these dudes
I don't think he's gonna
is
be the
gonna do something like
superstar
that, though,
that
John.
people
None of
think.
these dudes.
Well,
He's
we
gonna
gotta
be a
see. We
good
gotta
role
see
player
Cooper grow
for a
into
team.
the role depending where he goes. After
John,
2 to 3
John,
years.
the first,
Wait,
I'm gonna
can
give
I
you.
just say this?
Hold on.
After
The
2 to
first
3
three
years,
draft
you
picks.
have an assessment of where they're at after 2 to 3 years.
The
I
first
think
3
we'll agree
draft picks,
that
bro.
too.
I don't care where they go. If they go to Utah, they go to the Hornets, the Wizards, the Nets. They not making no immediate impact to get them to the play-in, bro. Or none of that. They not doing none of that.
I'm looking at, like I said, I'm just looking at Houston roster, man.
One man can't get it done,
better
John.
than like Amen Thompson.
I agree, but you definitely want these core pieces if you're trying to build something. Like Brooklyn, we don't have the core right now.
Wait, hold on.
We need the pieces.
Hold on, John. You think we gonna turn out to be like an OKC or the Houston Rockets? No, bro. We have a
I don't see it, man.
Hold on.
No, you
Our
know what?
front office is garbage, bro.
This is why you got to draft right. But here's the crazy part: we have 6 odds. Can I just say this, Shoots? 1 second.
Wait. Hold on. The players got to be there, man. The players got to be there.
I agree with you, but this is why having the 6
it's looking like they're not there.
But this is the problem. We have the 6 odds right now. If you look at where that pick has fallen the last 6 years since they fixed the draft, they've been drawing 6 through 9. So this organization's inability to control the situation this year led us to having possibly the worst odds. We have a higher chance to get the 7th or 8th pick than we do top 4 pick. I don't like those odds right now, but maybe the NBA steps in and does something for Brooklyn. Other than that, we're probably drawing 6 through 8, and that's on the front office's part for not taking the thing seriously.
You be making it seem like just because we have all these draft picks, it means something. It really don't.
The players
it's
have
assets that you could eventually turn into something, but you have to do it up the right process.
Hold on. Listen, let me settle this right now because I can make this easy, man. Now, DJ, is there anybody in this draft that's better than like Amen Thompson?
No, Amen is better than this whole draft class.
Yeah,
if Amen Thompson was in this draft, Amen would be going number 1.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Listen, all due respect, Ahmed's a really good player, but he doesn't do what Cooper or Harper's doing right now.
Hold on.
What is he talking about right now?
Hold on, Jonathan.
As far as roles, is Ahmed Thompson a number 1 option? Is he a number 1 option?
I don't agree with that, BK.
What?
I don't agree with that, BK. I'm gonna tell you why.
Just go watch the Houston. Watch the Houston and Golden State game.
Amen. Hold on. John, you say he's not a number 1, right? Cool. You talking about number 1s on college teams. Amen is literally on most nights he plays like a number 1 option, bro.
If you want to talk about the experience he has over these guys, I'll give you that, DJ.
John,
but you guys say that.
He's a way better defender than Cooper.
Stop! Come on! Oh my God, yo!
Yes, he is, bro.
Hey, yo, BK, let me say this to you, BK, right?
Bro.
You are discrediting, man.
Hey, yo,
you know John only watches the Nets, bro. He don't watch the Rockets.
Stop it, DJ. I do watch the NBA. Stop.
You don't watch the Rockets, bro.
The reason I disagree is if you're talking defensively, yeah, he's a juggernaut. But offensively, the best player on that team, as far as shot creation, is Jalen Green. He's the best shot creator. And that's only because he can dribble. He has the athleticism. But I would go Sengun over Green because I feel like he got the post moves a little bit.
Wait, nobody say he is the number 1. We say he plays like a lot of times. Like
he does, man. I was impressed by him, man. I'm a huge fan now, man. I was watching the last 3-4 games of him. I was like, man.
And honestly, BK, defensively, he didn't shut him down. Like 16, bro. He's like AOBK. But the thing is, he didn't stop Curry by
himself. His stats went up, bro. What was he averaging the year before?
Like lower than that, my nigga. Like he's never, bro. He's a good defensive player. Offensively, he's trash. And to be honest with you, Thompson, he can't create, bro.
Thompson's a really fun player, but is he the glue guy on that
where's Mo Beasley at, bro? Because these dudes just talking.
Yeah, come on, DJ. You're acting like Amon. Wait. You're acting like Amon is better though than what Jalen Green does, as far as like he just said.
I didn't say that though. When did we say that? We didn't say that.
Well, you're saying they're better than Cooper or Harper. We're comparing a guy who's actually on the game.
Hold on. It's not like Amen Thompson actually has
he's Kyrie Irving
experience over Cooper 5. Like Amen got drafted 2 years ago, Jonathan.
Okay. And you're saying that he's better than Cooper because Cooper hasn't stepped foot in the NBA to play him yet.
Yes, he's better than Cooper.
Are you out of your mind, Jonathan?
Stop.
Wait, just hold on. BK, we're gonna stop this right now.
He's the same guy that said Dylan Harper is going to be the next D-Lo. Stop.
Hey, yo,
come on.
BK, we can settle this right now, bro. Just admit that you don't watch the Rockets, bro.
BK? Hey,
listen, Thompson is an exciting player, but he's not the reason they're winning all those games.
Bro, we talking about overall, bro.
Oh my gosh.
No,
but again,
I was blown away.
Asking a question like, are y'all talking offensively or defensively?
We both saying overall. That's what we saying. Both.
I was blown away when I saw what
not offensively, DJ. Defensively, yes. Offensively,
yes, he is, bro. I watch Amin Thompson. I know what I'm talking about.
You guys see what player one just said? Player one says a third option, something like that.
This dude John just talking, bro. Talking about something. Just admit you don't watch the Rockets.
DJ, do you see what player one is saying? He's an elite third option, but he's not a number one.
Hold on. Nobody said that, bro. You don't listen.
You're saying he's better than Cooper or Harper, who are number one options on their teams.
Jonathan, listen carefully because I know you slow, bro.
No, DJ. I know you're not listening because you want your point to matter.
Listen carefully because I know you slow. You just like to hear your voice, bro.
Yeah, sure, DJ.
Me and BK just said on most nights when Amin Thompson's playing, he's playing like a number one option. That's not to say he is the number one option, but he plays like one, bro.
But he's not. He's not, though. Jalen Green and Sengun are the two main options on that team.
He's slow, bro.
We're not saying that.
Because you're trying to be cutesy with your words. Oh, he doesn't play like he plays like a number one. He's not a number one. Let me ask you a question
real quick, Jonathan. Don't say nothing. Don't say anything.
Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper play like number one, and you're saying that he's better than them.
Hold on,
BK. I got a question for him. This is gonna get him right here, bro. So when Luka and Kyrie was on the same team, right? You paying attention, Jonathan? When they was on the same team, who was the number one option? Luka, right?
Yes, and Kyrie was his number two.
And Kyrie was the second option. But on a lot of nights, wasn't Kyrie playing like a number one?
Oh my God! Because they're both interchangeable superstars. But how does that have to do with Amon Thompson? No, wait. How does that have to do with Amon Thompson? Because Amon Thompson doesn't play like Kyrie or Luka, so I don't understand the correlation.
That's the point.
Harlem was saying that Amin Thompson was a one-dimensional player in terms of his defense.
No. He said in terms of offense. Wait. I feel I'm stepping in, but he said in terms of offense, he's dimensional. He said defense was fine. It's the offense.
No. He's saying that he's known for his defense, and DJ and I are saying that he plays like a number one option. Not that he is, but he has more offense than what
this is. You know what we got? Hold on. If you don't want to take our word for it, BK, look at what Ime Udoka said about Amin Thompson, bro.
BK.
Listen, you're just going to compare any player that plays in the NBA and say they're better than Cooper and all these other guys.
Yo, John, I got you right now.
He is better than Cooper
right now.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, yo, BK, in order for you to play like a number one option, you
have
to actually have the ball enough to be a number one option. The top three options,
he's their point guard.
He's not their point guard. Van Fleet's their point guard. What are you talking about?
Right.
He's interchangeable. He plays point. He plays forward.
It's positionless basketball, so you can handle the basketball and make plays.
He does, bro. See, they don't watch the Rockets. He plays the point guard sometimes.
You hear what player one is saying? Put up what player one just said.
He doesn't play like a number one, BK. He's a really good defender, and he's a really good role player. But the same he plays like a number one.
DJ, read what player one just wrote. Read what player one just wrote, DJ.
Yo, we need real Rockets fans up here to tell
his whole basketball potential.
Oh man, you need a call friend for that.
No, we need more easy up here to prove.
He was like,
they don't got to take our word for it. Take Ime Udoka's word for it, bro. Ime Udoka has been high praising Amin Thompson.
Bro. Oh hell yeah! I just seen I was watching like 3 or 4 Rockets games. I'm like, my mouth was dropping when it comes to Amin. I'm like,
Amin is like that, bro. Amin is tough.
Yo, DJ, can I ask you something, bro?
It got Amin. So they got Amin. Yo, they got a 3-headed monster going on over there potentially, bro.
Yo, DJ, can I ask you a question? One question, DJ, right? And then you can have the floor. If you was a coach, right, of the Nets, right? Let's just say, right? And let's say BK was Amon Thompson, right? And let's say John was Draymond Green, right? But let's just say John was better, right? I'm not saying that Draymond better, but Draymond great defensively. But let's say John was having a better defensive year. Would you go to the podium and say, yo, John is better than Amon, or you gonna say Amon better? Of course you're gonna say Amon, right? So yeah, Amon is a great defender.
Amon
But you
is
like
better.
Amy
Amon is
Udoka
better than Draymond Green, though. Amon is
he
better
is better than
I
Draymond Green.
know. I can't say that, bro, because
Wait,
Draymond have an
whoa,
advantage.
wait.
What?
You see what Draymond did against
Wow, that's
Giannis?
crazy.
Wait, did you watch that recent game
That's
Warriors against the
crazy.
Bucks
What
where
is he saying?
Draymond
What is he?
locked
Wait, hold on.
Giannis
What's
down?
what?
You see
Hold
that?
on, Jonathan. Hold on,
I
Jonathan. Cause I
can't,
can't hear Harlem. So
I
what are you
can't
trying?
say
You
that
saying defensively
definitively,
or just
bro.
overall?
I'm talking about
Yo,
defensively.
Harlem,
I
you
can't
bugging
say
right
that.
now. You be making some good
Nah,
points.
I'm not.
You bugging,
Nah,
bro.
he's not
Hold on,
bugging. I
hold
can't
on, hold on,
blame
hold
it.
on,
He's
hold on.
actually
Let me ask you a
not bugging
question,
on
BK.
this one. He's
Hold on,
not.
hold on.
Hey, I'm gonna
Because
ask you a
this
question,
is a
BK,
tough
right?
question though. I'm gonna
So
say this.
hold on, wait.
I think
So let me
Amin
ask you,
guards the
wait.
guards way better than
Hey, yo,
Draymond though.
DJ, let me just say this right quick, right?
Amin is a
So
way better
BK, let
guard
me ask you
defender than
something, right?
Draymond though.
Amon is like 23 years old, right?
Amin is a better
Right?
guard
He's
defender than Draymond
23.
though. That's a fact.
Listen to what I'm saying. Hold on before you jump in. He's 23, right? Draymond 37. Amon should be laps ahead of Draymond, right? At his age. He's not, bro. He's not. You
Draymond,
can't definitively
listen,
say.
hold on. This is what we just said,
Bro.
bro.
Let me finish my point, DJ. You
Draymond's a
at
better,
23.
he guards the
Let me
bigs
finish
better,
my
of
point,
course.
bro. Let me finish my point, bro. At 23, he's supposed to be laps above Draymond at 37. Draymond got 12 years on him. You can't definitively say Amon's better, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you think he's better,
I
I'm
think
not
he's a
mad
better
at
guard.
that.
I just
But
said
you
that, bro.
can't.
Hold on. I just said that. I just said he's a
Yeah,
better
but you
guard
can't say
defender.
he's definitively no, because BK's like, yo, he's not way better. You
Yes,
can't
he
There's only
is.
hold
definitively
on.
say
It's
that, bro.
two sides though. It's
No,
only
he's
two
not.
sides.
No, he's not.
Draymond's a better,
No,
like
he's
he
not,
guards the
BK. You
bigs well.
bugging.
He knows how to guard
This
the
is
bigs
why.
well.
I mean, Draymond actually won Defensive Player of the Year though.
Yep.
So what are we
Wait,
talking about here?
is it a guard driven league or a big
Yo,
man league?
Well, it's a guard. It's a lot more
bro,
guards
you
than there is
crazy
All
bigs.
right,
to say he's
exactly. So, yeah,
definitively.
Yo, you can't.
Amon
His
Thompson is
his
not
career just
definitively better
started
than
though.
Draymond.
His career
He's
just
not.
started. Why y'all
But hold on.
compare him
All
to
we saying
Draymond?
is that what I'm saying is that
I'm not
I think
talking to you,
Amin is a
DJ. I'm
better
talking to
guard
BK
defender.
because BK said he definitively.
I
He's
don't know
not
about definitively
definitively better than
because hold
Draymond.
on.
That's not a
That's
fact,
one
bro.
sided though.
What?
Hold on. That's one sided though because Draymond don't guard guards the way Amin does, bro. Draymond
All
can't
right,
keep up with guards.
man don't guard big men like Draymond does.
Well,
So
he's
what
not.
are we
Well,
talking about
Hey,
here?
hold on. It's a guard driven
Right.
league. Who cares about
All
He
right.
doesn't. Hold on.
Are you
No,
for
yo,
Amin
real?
doesn't even
all
guard.
right, so I don't want to hear you talk about no big man no more.
because there's not
Yo,
that many bigs out
you
there.
guys
All
know what
right,
it is?
first of all,
BK doesn't watch college ball, so he discredits the draft entirely. He'll say everybody's better than these
Yo,
people.
John, you just said a college player is better than an NBA player, bro.
Oh, stop it, DJ. Stop it. You and Hoops are on the wrong side tonight, man. You guys are on the wrong side. You know what's crazy? Harlan player one are making valid points right now, and you guys ain't listening.
Hold on.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
player one, the god,
Player
like
one, all you gotta do is
talk
sit
about.
down for 2 hours and go watch him in times. Go watch a Houston Rockets game. Sit down for 2
John
hours.
don't
Right?
watch other
all right,
games,
wait. He's good defensively, but he ain't like some defensive player of the year. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Did
They
you see
play
what
great
they
team.
did?
Bro,
Yes, they play. Wait, hold on. Let me talk.
right now.
Let me have this dance. Let me have this dance with BK. First of all, they play great team defense. The Rockets in general. He is a good defender, but y'all making him seem like he's some super elite defensive. Yeah, it wasn't no one-on-one defensive. Like they was switching off of him.
I was watching that whole game from start to finish.
I did too. And they was switching. First of all, they was switching face guard on him. Every player was doing that to him.
I know that.
What about that Cavs game when he was guarding Donovan
They were
Mitchell?
actually blitzing him. Hold on. They wasn't blitzing him every single possession. There was like 15 to like 18 possessions where Amin was on him and Steph Curry couldn't do anything against him, man.
Well, he wasn't doing anything against the whole team, though. The team was guarding him good.
No, I said there were possessions. There was possessions, AP, where Amin was like isolated with Steph Curry with no team.
Nah, it wasn't. No, it wasn't that. Because when they was switching off, listen, did you watch the game when they was? Because Curry was cutting. Hold on. Curry was cutting through screens, so he was getting screened off, and the other players was picking him up, throwing him the ball. Like, so it wasn't just him; it was the whole team defense. Like, what are you talking about? Did you see that?
I didn't.
Yo, shout out to AP, man. He just literally just like brought the house down.
There were Pistons, there was like
John, you don't know how to break up basketball games.
DJ, stop it. You disagree with hoops all the time. Stop it.
I'm still waiting for the answer, Jonathan. What offense do the Orlando Magic run? Tell me right now.
Oh my gosh, dude. They're the playing right now, so not a good offense. They're the playing right now.
Tell me what offensive system does the Orlando Magic run right now?
Oh
yo, you know what it is? I'm watching. Hold on. I'm watching these other
basketball,
teams,
Jonathan.
right? I'm watching.
Sure, DJ.
Right, and I'm comparing like what we really
know what a pin down action is, bro.
Oh, DJ, please tell me more.
Listen, they run OKC. They don't run the same type of defense, though. You know that, right?
I'm just saying. The reason why. I mean, I know that the show was.
What's the split action, Jonathan?
But the reason why I'm getting into this with the Houston Rockets and other teams,
glazing Thompson, bro.
We got to compare.
What's split action, Jonathan?
Yeah, keep glazing Thompson, bro. Stop.
You keep glazing. Get Cooper.
What BK said? What you said, BK?
No, I'm saying look at like a lot of these teams, the top teams around the league, and then you can actually say, I could like look at Amin Thompson, and then look at Cooper Flag, and I'm like, nah, man.
Amin Thompson, listen, you got to look at it like this, because Amin Thompson not stopping Luka. Because if he was playing Luka is way big, but he's not running around. He's not just shooting.
That's all he's going to do is try to draw fouls.
All right, and once again,
I think Cooper get his pockets picked a couple of times, man.
All right,
guys.
But you got to understand, like he's not seasoned enough to play good defense like you say he doing. Like
he said,
I'm gonna piggyback off what AP said.
Yeah,
right?
that guy's obviously
if you put Draymond on Luka, he's gonna give him fits though. BK, is that a fact?
Yo, BK, put that comment. You see the comment on the screen?
Yeah, I saw it right here. Where is it? Hold on.
Obviously, Westchester doesn't watch college ball, but it's all right.
Oh man,
bro. I don't think Cooper Flag is.
He not. Cooper Flag's not even a shooter, so why would you even say Duncan Robinson? Duncan Robinson just a shooter.
Cooper does way more than Duncan does. Duncan's just a 3-point guy.
Yo, Lester, he cool. He another Duncan.
He was being funny with that comment, I think, for real.
I've seen him before.
I don't know. He's trolling. He's trolling right now. I don't know why y'all even subject to that.
Hashtag wipe the glaze off your lips, John.
No, that's for you, bro. With Thompson,
nah. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Let's talk basketball, y'all.
Yeah, we don't need to revisit past history with all that.
John, wipe the glaze.
All right, so hold on. All right, let me ask AP over here. These are the Noah Clowny.
The great white hope ain't saving you.
And let's get back to
your house, though.
Yeah, okay.
So he tries to put the ball on the floor right here. He loses his balance. He can't like.
Yo, BK, you wrong for putting these highlights up on the screen.
All right, what is your point? What is your point? What is your point?
He was glazed.
Hold on, BK. Hold on. What is your point, BK?
No. I mean, do you actually think the season was a disappointment for Clowny, or like?
I will put it like this: this is a sophomore slump, and some players have it, some players don't. It's a sophomore slump, like. Some players have bad sophomore seasons. Like
he hasn't improved on much though, bro. I think the 3-point got a little bit better.
But he changed coach though. This is not. This is his first. This is first
year development, bro.
Yes, it does.
So you blaming coach for his development?
Yes.
Because in all honesty, his rookie season was better than his sophomore season.
Because they had no. First of all, they didn't. He didn't play much.
John, you don't agree with that? You don't think his rookie season?
Hold on. Wait. They didn't have no game tape on him his freshman season.
Right.
So of course he's gonna play better.
Hold on. Nobody's out there.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on. There was a detail. Hold on. There was a detailed scout report on Noah Clowny, man.
No. I'm talking about NBA scout. I'm talking about NBA scout report, bro. First of all, each team plays.
Gary, what's good, Gary?
What up, each team has an NBA scout report.
You gotta save your man Jonathan, bro.
Y'all being too harsh on the sophomores,
I'll let you guys go first.
Now, as hold on, as Gary, I want to hear Gary's. I want to hear Gary's take on.
No, you gotta hold on. You got a lot of explaining, Harlem, because you said the Lakers can't light up the Thunder, and they definitely did that. Man, so you can't stop two stars, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Man, OKC is a regular season ass team.
They ain't taking that shit serious.
OKC, bro. So let me. Nobody fears OKC, BK.
Yo, AP. You my nigga, right? But you shouldn't.
No, I agree with you, DJ. I'm looking at you.
I understand.
Yeah, OKC is getting out. Is getting bounced out in the second round.
Listen.
I was watching the Houston OKC game too. I was like,
bro, Shea only getting his points off free throws, bro.
Houston ain't making it far in the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, who bounced out OKC in the second round?
No, they're not, bro. They're not making it far in the
Houston is
playoffs,
getting
bro.
bounced out in the first round.
OKC won in the West
over here, man. Hold on.
Yo, bro.
So Gary, what you got? Right? What's your take on Noah Clowny? I want to hear his take.
Yeah, let me hear Gary's take on Noah Clowny over here.
I never hear Gary talk about Noah Clowny.
It was disappointing in some ways, and it was good in other ways. Right? He didn't really develop much.
Why are you saying thank you for?
Before the ankle injury, he was shooting the 3-ball well. I wanted to see if he could shoot the 3-ball consistently, and before the ankle injury, he did. But that's all he did. There was nothing else to his game, which was like a step backwards, right? Like I wanted to see if you could develop into a guy that you could create plays for.
But we know coming out of college he couldn't do that stuff, man. I mean, that was all in the scouting report. He couldn't.
Wait. First of all, you don't. I mean, he could do it, though.
I just showed the highlights. Hold on. I just showed.
What the highlights? What the highlights got to do with anything? Like I'm not understanding.
Let me do this again, man. I mean, listen.
Gary,
are y'all watching this?
Gary, you box, right, Gary?
Yeah.
You box, right? All right.
Yes,
Have you ever boxed somebody and they said they not scared of you, but you whipped their ass?
All the time, yeah.
Okay.
Yo, he really can't finish at the rim like that, bro.
So when you hear AP and DJ say nobody's scared of the Thunder, double team, you don't gotta be scared of the Thunder to get your ass whipped, right?
Sure, yeah.
No, I'm just this why. Wait. That's what I'm saying, Harlem. The Lakers are more experienced than the Thunder. Like every player on the Lakers is way more experienced than the Thunder, nigga.
Nah, I ain't worried about. After watching Houston, I'm not worried about OKC anymore, man.
Wait, whoa, BK, you think Houston's that deep like that?
First of all, we beat Houston twice. We beat Houston twice. So what they gotta do with anything? So don't give me that bullshit, bro. We beat Houston twice. Can you pull up the video? Let me see this all-time. Let me see this all-time defense that Amir Thompson was playing.
Hold on.
Yo, Thompson was doing nothing against those first 2 games.
Hold on, Jonathan. To be fair to OKC wasn't playing all their players.
No, I said Houston. I said Houston.
Come on the show for a minute.
Yes, they did. They play all their players. And they played us.
Came up here and said the same thing.
Listen, I don't care what Mo Beasley said. I'm talking about what. First of all, they supposed to split our team. How you lose to G Leaguers? How you lose to G Leaguers on our team?
The only player to play, I think it was only Jalen Green. They only started out.
Nah. No, it wasn't. I watched those games. You mean look it up? I watched those games. What you mean look it up? Look it up.
So hold on.
Yo, they coming out the West. I got Houston coming out the West.
Rockets was fully healthy.
Coming out the West.
Yes.
What?
And they played us.
Yikes.
So, all right, so go check the roster. Go check the roster. Sangoon playing. Jalen Green playing. Now you saying one of those games. They played us and we
I didn't say both.
Look, first of all, we beat them back-to-back games.
AP, let me say
back-to-back games, and we a G League team.
So AP,
come on, don't give me that. Come on, don't give me that. We a G League team.
So I got OKC winning the West, right?
BK
said Houston. AP,
team is worse than the G League.
DJ and Gary, y'all tell me who y'all got coming out the West.
The who?
What? Well, you said coming out the West?
I got OKC. BK said he got Houston. I said who DJ, Gary, and AP got?
I got either 2 teams, the Nuggets or the fucking
ain't no 2 teams, my nigga.
Not no 2 teams.
Everybody got to stand on one team, nigga. One team. That's it. I'm standing on OKC.
I'll go with the Lakers. I will go with the Lakers.
You can't change.
Hold on, let him answer. I can't even hear him
Let's answer.
Injury, barring any kind of injury, I got Houston coming out, man.
What? Oh man, that's
you missed it, man. It was Glaze and Ahmed Thompson saying he's a
first of all, you know why BK picking that? BK's picking that. Wait, chill, y'all. You don't need to say that. First of all, BK
call out people out on the panel for Glaze.
Yo, BK, would you put your money on that, BK? Would you put your money on that?
Yo, bro, hold up. Hold on, AP, real quick. Hold on, AP. Yo, John,
give me like let me watch 4 more games and I'll put some money on it.
Yeah, you want to put that? You want to put money on the Rockets, bro?
You dream about Cooper Flag and you wake up thinking about Cooper Flag.
Stop it, bro. I'm actually giving credit to Gillen Harper. I'm giving credit to Edgecombe, Jeremiah Pierce. I told about different prospects on different shows.
Yo, John, don't give me that, bro. You glazed.
No, I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you facts, bro. You're the one that's harping on Thompson for some weird reason.
Can we answer?
Yo, chill, y'all. One voice.
One mic. What's Harlem's question? Hold on.
Pick one team to come out the West. I'm taking OKC. You're taking Houston. John,
thank you.
DJ.
Yo, AP, listen.
Wait, Gary, you taking who?
My man from Cali.
Wait, hold on.
I'm taking OKC.
Hold on.
When OKC got their ass whipped, my man from Cali, right? Like he called me, right? He a big Laker fan. Yo, what was that OK shit? Like OKC shit you was talking, we smacked them, right? Okay, cool.
Okay.
Here's the funny part about this, Gary, right? Watch how niggas is so funny. Tomorrow the Lakers play OKC again, right? If OKC beat the dog shit out the Lakers tomorrow, everybody that was talking hot shit about the Lakers is gonna come right up here and be like, yo, I don't
all right, but you said who coming out. All right, but you said who coming out the West though. That's the question you asked us, so we all answer it. So
yo, bro,
listen.
Yo, AP, you said out your own mouth the Lakers got more experience. My nigga, let's dissect this. The only nigga on the Lakers with championship pedigree is LeBron. None of them other niggas done won nothing, bro. Only LeBron. So technically, all the other niggas on the Lakers is
First of all, Luka went to the finals. OKC did.
Player one's cooking you here, man. He got that last time.
Hold on. I think the Lakers have too many offensive deficiencies and defensive efficiencies, man.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. The Lakers.
Once again. Hold on. You picked the Rockets, and the Rockets struggle offensively. They're gonna struggle offensively in the playoffs. Yes, they are in the playoffs. In the playoffs, we talking about the playoffs.
They're gonna win it all. What the?
We talking about all in the playoffs. No, we said. So, would you put your money on it? Would you put your money on the Rockets? No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't put your. That's not even a safe bet. You know the Rockets. Listen, I give you the Rockets could be a sleeper, but they're not a safe bet. So don't even put your money on the Rockets. Like they're not even. Get what I'm saying? But all right, go ahead. Y'all answer the questions.
If you think OKC is vulnerable and you don't think they're a playoff team, which we have, like DJ's right. Like, if you want me to believe you're a playoff team, you got to do it in the playoffs. If you think OKC is vulnerable, who do you think can beat them? If you think it's like, wait. We got it. We answer this question. I think the Lakers could beat them. I think the Nuggets could beat them. I think
and these are all
the Nuggets have been. Yo,
listen, the Nuggets. All right, no, we talking about in the playoffs, bro. I trust the Nuggets more in the playoffs than the Rockets.
The teams that you named, those are the same teams that actually have beaten OKC this season.
Listen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, go ahead.
So people making it seem like OKC is like unbeatable.
Hey, yo, let me just drop a little nugget on y'all, right? OKC is got the best team in the NBA,
what's
right?
Good, Mo Beasley?
Let me tell you why that matters. Hold on, let me tell you why that matters, AP. Because anybody that plays OKC that's gonna beat them, guess what, AP? They gotta beat them Game 7 in Oklahoma, bro. That's gonna be hard.
First of all, the Thunder. First of all, SGA is a foul merchant. All he does is draw fouls. If he don't get, he's not getting those calls in the playoffs, bro.
He's not getting those
like
calls.
all of that free throw shit you thinking it does matter. Yes, it does matter.
Yes, it does matter because you take away some part of his game, it's gonna be harder.
Yo, listen, bro. OKC a well-oiled machine. Like
you gonna trust the team with Justin Chet on the roster, bro.
Did you guys hear about Jamal Murray? Did you guys hear about Jamal Murray being injured? Apparently, he's not going to be available to the playoffs. So I think the Nuggets are a solid team, but they don't have Murray. It's just Joker, man.
They rested him. They save him for the playoffs. If it was the playoffs, he would be playing.
They said he was dealing with the real injury though.
All right, they gotta say that for the injury report. They can't just say, "Oh, he's just resting."
He really is hurt though.
No, he is
really
hurt, but he's not that hurt.
Nah, he really is hurt. He is injury prone.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy this year? Joker's thrown some insane stats this year, but they've lost a lot of games when Nicole playing so well. So I don't know if the Nuggets are as good as they used to be.
Listen,
I'm just saying that
it's two teams. It's three teams. Hold on. It's three teams in the playoffs. It's three teams in the playoffs that's overrated. It's the Thunder, it's the Cavs, and it's the Rockets. I'm telling you, none of them teams is going to the finals, bro.
The Cavs gotta go through Boston.
I would say the Bucks. Actually, I would take the Rockets.
No, I say the Cavs is. No, all right. Listen,
hold on.
Let me ask you this question.
I would take the Rockets out, and I'll put the Bucks in there because I think the Bucks is overrated, bro.
Well,
I mean, the Bucks is at the bottom of the East, though. Nobody think they
Let me ask you one question. You my nigga, right? Let me ask you one question. You think, right? Yo, DJ, don't jump in yet. Jump in after. You think if the Lakers play the Warriors in the first round, the Warriors ain't gonna send them home?
No, I think the Warriors is. It depends on if Curry is consistent.
Send them niggas home, bro. The Warriors is gonna send them niggas home, bro. I promise you, they're gonna send them niggas home, bro.
I don't know. First of all, they're not gonna play in the first round anyway. So I don't see them playing in the first round.
Hey, yo, Golden State is number 6, and the Lakers is like what? Third, nigga, fourth.
Listen, if Golden State play the Nuggets, they not getting past the Nuggets if they play the Nuggets. So I mean,
yo, bro.
Let me switch gears. Let me ask Gary something. So Gary, I brought this up, man. I've been watching Houston, and the Nets are in like really, really serious trouble, man. Because like a lot of those Houston Rockets players that they actually have over there, none of these players in the draft are better than like Amin Thompson.
What the fuck is you talking about, bro? What the fuck is you talking about, bro? Bro, what the fuck is you? What are you talking about, bro? Yo, I swear you over exaggerate. You are over exaggerating, motherfucker.
AP, watch me hear the show, man. It was like a Glazed Fest of epic proportions, bro.
I know you're not talking, bro. You be glazing Cooper.
No, DJ, you were number one with that, bro. So you no.
All right, let Gary talk.
Let Gary answer the question.
Go ahead, Gary. It's crazy how somebody can't glaze another player, but he can do it all day, bro. That's crazy.
What's the question? Is nobody on the Nets better than Thompson?
No, I'm looking at the draft, right? I'm looking at the Houston Rockets roster. I've been watching a lot of Houston Rockets lately, man. Jalen Green, Shangoon, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr.
I like Jabari.
Okay. What are you saying?
So, I think we're in trouble, man. I think the Nets are
no. See, this is what I don't like about
BK,
what you said, BK. Let Gary speak. Let Gary speak.
The Nets play in the East. They play in the West. And then
I'm just saying, in terms of players, man, players that can match up to a lot of these top teams. And
what are you?
They well put together. Where's the correlation? Where's the correlation? There's a correlation.
Put Amir Thomas on his team. He won't be good. He won't be good, man.
On their roster who would even be in the Rockets rotation. I agree. But what's your point?
I'm talking about I'm saying the draft, the actual draft in itself, the players coming out.
How you know what the draft gonna be, bro? You don't know that, man. You don't know that.
Why are you look, I'm not saying Cooper Flag is gonna be the next Kawhi Leonard, right? I'm not saying that, but he's got a lot of upside. He's going to be a good player.
I'm not saying he's trash. I'm not saying he's garbage.
No, you got to give credit.
So what are you? All right,
is consistent with the draft though. He does be consistent.
All right, what are you saying, BK? That's the whole point. What are you saying? You said we're in trouble. Are we in trouble?
I think we're in a lot of trouble.
He's saying that he don't think nobody in the draft is going to be Amon Thompson. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
All right, just one person. You said
Jalen Green, Shangoon. I mentioned 4 players.
All right. First of all, you don't know what's good. You don't know, man. You don't know, man.
Jalen Green, right? I mean,
what?
I'm asking this question. I'm asking this question.
He does not have the ball handling skills like Jalen Green, bro.
And Gary, you chime in, Gary. Right after.
Did Jalen Green have those ball handling skills on day one, or did it take year 4?
Hold on, hold on, BK. First of all, Gary, Jalen Green, his first year, his ball handling skills was probably his best attribute.
And it didn't impact any winning.
All right, is Jalen Green an all-star?
What are you talking
Is
about?
Jalen Green an all-star?
Like it's better than Edgecombe.
Is Jalen Green an all-star?
Jalen Green's a
What's he talking about, bro? You don't know basketball. He said,
He's an all-star. He's an all-star.
He's in the
I'll give you.
Learn
Next year, I say Jalen Green is an all-star team.
This dude is retarded.
All right, next year.
So BK, so let me ask you a question, BK. So the kid from Maryland, right, that just entered the draft, Derek Queen, he don't got Sengun upside?
I don't see it, man. I don't know.
How you know? You don't know it though. You don't know what they're gonna be. They're getting a player.
Prospects. They're gonna be role players because he said so.
I know. AP is right. He's 1,000% correct. I gotta see him go against like.
All right. So why? So how you gonna say? So how you gonna say we in trouble?
He's right. I've been saying the same thing to you.
John, no, you haven't.
Stop, bro. Come on.
So how we in trouble then?
John,
you don't know what the draft gonna hold, bro.
Oh, they like that. They gonna come to a team and impact. You didn't just say that?
First of all, listen. Amon Thompson will be horrible on the Nets right now. He would not be good. You need a whole lot of pieces. You need a team to make some of these players look good.
I think if Amon Thompson was on this team, I think we'll be 5 games better, 6 games better.
No, we won't. No, we won't, bro. No, we won't. No, we won't. First of all, he not. Now, if he was some super offensive juggernaut player, I'd give you that. But nah.
Hey, yo, bro, this is what I've been trying to
tell you. A lot of those games, the Nets lost they wasn't getting blown out on all their losses. A lot of those games were close games.
All right, all those games we couldn't score.
Offense, bro.
He's not some elite scorer.
He's an elite defender that can actually.
No, he's not. No, he's not no elite defender. He's not no elite defender. He's a good defender, not an elite defender. Kawhi is elite. Kawhi is elite. Don't say elite, bro.
He's elite. He's elite.
Elite.
Nah.
Elite.
You got it. I'm not even gonna argue it because you said elite. That's your opinion.
What, man?
Yes, you are bugging.
You said elite.
You stepped on the podium, bro. Yo, AP, man, you fucking to that, bro.
I'm just saying elite.
Elite defensively.
So, yo, BK, so let me ask you a couple questions, BK, right? All right, cool. So,
you said elite. Wow, that's crazy.
That's the same thing about
hold up, BK. So BK. You know I agree with you because I watched the Rockets, bro. So I'm just gonna leave it there, bro. You know I agree.
Okay. All right, listen, elite. Yo, listen. I want to hear people say elite. I never heard nobody say elite, but y'all two. That's crazy. Never heard somebody say elite.
That's right. We actually watch
nah.
So you only watch college ball. Stop it.
First of all. Don't say you watch basketball because you said Ben Simmons is an all-star. You know what I'm saying? So don't sit here and do that.
Hold on, AP. Hold on,
AP. 10 years
ago. Let Jonathan, since you say you know basketball,
hey, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, BK, right? Because you said he elite, right? And this is like one-on-one. I'm not even talking about team defense. I'm just going to put him up one-on-one defense against other guys, right? So I just want you to answer, are they better or could you debate it? So is Amon Thompson a better one-on-one defender than Jaden McDaniels? Just one-on-one, like Amon Thompson one-on-one, Jaden McDaniels one-on-one.
I think Amon Thompson is better.
No.
Wow.
It's a debate, BK. You can debate that, BK, correct? You can debate that, right? It's debatable, right?
Yo, you will get washed in any sports chat. You can wash in any sports chat talker saying that.
Yo, he was on PCL right now.
First of all, you see one game of team defense against the Warriors, then you say he's some elite defender.
Yo, seriously, he watched one game, and this whole thing changed. Yo,
he didn't say he watched one game, John. That's how you know you don't.
All right, so let me ask you a question, BK. Who do he? No, let me ask BK this question. No. Hold on. Let me ask BK this question. Against the Nets, who did Amon Thompson guard when they lost 2 of those games? Who did he guard that he shut down?
I didn't, honestly, straight up, I'm not watching a lot of the Nets games. There's nothing to watch, man.
No. I said against the Rockets when they won. Against the Rockets when the Nets won.
I didn't watch the game.
All right. So all right. Let's Google it.
Hold on. Next player, AP. Next player. So
right, go ahead,
one-on-one defense, BK.
What game he talking about? He
Who's
talking about the game
better,
before the All-Star break?
Amon Thompson or Anthony Edwards?
Man,
Ant-Man is a better defender.
No, but you see, BK was BK is not going to say that. So let's see what BK say.
Amin is a better wing defender than Ant-Man.
But the thing is, here's the thing about BK. BK don't think Anthony Edwards is an elite defender. But
no, he
said
is.
Amon is
I never said that. I never said that at all.
I was about to say, BK, I was about to.
Ant-Man can guard, man. He can.
All right, is Jaylen Brown an elite defender? Is Jaylen Brown an elite defender?
BK, you better be careful.
Yeah,
Harlem over here lying.
All right.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
That's another thing. Like Sean Marks had a chance to trade for
No. Jaylen Brown would not bring us to a championship. We might as well break it all the way down, bro.
He brought us closer to one.
So
no, he won't.
Yo, AP, you gotta admit that I think Brown's a huge mistake. Even if it was
no, it wasn't that. First of all, we would have been. First of all,
on your roster, you can build.
No, we would have been a mid team, and we wouldn't even have the coach we have now.
AP, listen to what we're saying though, bro. If you had my fault. If you had Jaylen Brown, you could build off of that. And then you had
Derek White. Derek White, one of the best rotational pieces. And let me tell you this, AP, that's just one thing. We went from potentially Brown and White to Bridges, who didn't want to be here, to Johnson that gifted $9 million, and we were stuck with Simmons. I would have taken that two-man group.
Listen, Brown is not no Giannis or nobody. He's not even comparable to Giannis.
If you build off of
he's nothing like Giannis, bro.
Why are you saying Giannis though? Of course, not like Giannis.
Because BK talking about Jaylen Brown is like Giannis.
AP, hold on. AP, you don't. So let me ask you a question. You don't think if we had Jaylen Brown and what was the other player, Jonathan?
Derek White. Top rotational piece.
You build off of that. We're not saying you build.
No. All right, what can we build off of that, bro? We would have had no draft picks. We wouldn't even have the Knicks draft picks. So how would we build off of that?
It's not really that good, man. It's not really that good.
You ain't watch soccer books.
Listen, how will we build? How will we build off of that?
Hold on, AP. The trade package wasn't the trade package wasn't all of our picks though.
What do you know? I'm talking about we already traded the Rockets picks away. We would have never got the Knicks picks. We would have never got the Suns picks. We would have had no picks. We would have just got one pick. It was only one pick we got in that deal.
Do y'all really believe in this draft, man? Like,
yeah.
AP,
oh my God,
hold on.
Wild.
Can I ask you? Hold on. This for the whole panel, bro. So would y'all rather have all these? Would y'all rather have all these draft picks that we got now, or Jaylen Brown and Derek White on the roster?
Jaylen Brown, man. Come on. Not
well, I was the only reason I would say no. Hold on. The only reason I say no. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I was asking Mo Beasley. I wanted him to chime in on the comments.
Is Mo Beasley on the panel right now?
Yo, Mo Beasley.
No, he's in the comments.
Okay, let him come in
the only Rockets fan that actually tells the truth, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No, see, you don't say he told the truth because you agree with him. There's a lot of Rockets fans, bro.
He's like the only Rockets fan. Hold on. I talk to Rockets fans, bro. They don't be telling.
No, you don't talk to all Rocket fans, though.
I talk to a lot of Rockets fans, bro.
All right, listen. It's a lot of.
Hold on, AP. Don't try to do that, bro. I talk.
No, all right. I go on Rockets podcast, Greenleaf. They talk about Rockets, so they have different opinions. All right. That's different. That's different opinions, though. Everybody has
on the internet, bro.
I'm talking about multiple Rocket fans have different opinions. Like just because you say one is this or a few say this and say that,
he keeps it real, bro. He don't let his bias.
All right, what's keeping it real? Keeping it real is something you want to hear. How you know that's keeping it real?
On his perspective, he don't like. I like this player.
All right, but keeping it real is a statement for stuff you want to hear. It doesn't mean it's keeping it real.
Hold on. With a lot of Heat, I can even go to the Heat fans. A lot of Heat fans will say, "Oh, Tyler Hero can do a lot of this," but they don't point out his flaws. You see what I'm saying?
All right, but once again,
I'm giving. Hold on. And why are you trying to interfere? I'm giving Mo Beasley his props, bro. Like,
no, I'm not saying you. No, I'm not saying you. You're not giving us props. You just said keeping it real, and I said keeping it real subjective.
He does, bro. He's not biased.
All right, but this is my point. This is my point. I'm trying to get to you. Keeping it real to you,
it, bro.
I'm not even. You pressed about it, nigga. You talking about it? He not even on the panel right now.
He was in the comments, bro. He just commented.
All right, well, I ain't him on the panel, so that's why I'm talking about it. I said all Rocket fans don't keep it real. Like whatever you keeping it real is subjective to you. That's all I said.
That's not what I'm saying, but okay.
I get what you're saying, but okay.
I think Mo BC's wrong. I think
like BK, I don't consider. That's what I'm saying. He keeps it real. He's not biased. Like Harlem, he's not biased. Only when
you said Harlem biased. Harlem, you biased?
No, only when it comes to Cam Thomas a little bit though.
No, I ain't biased. I'm not even biased on that. I keep it real. I said he had the.
All right, but ain't you biased? Ain't you biased though, DJ? Ain't you biased, DJ?
I think Jordan Poole. I think I'm biased towards Steph Curry. I think I'm biased.
You biased towards Jordan Poole too, right?
No, I point out his flaws.
Nah, you said he beat Cooper Flag in a 1-on-1. You were really riding hard for him.
Yeah, hold on. That's not being biased though, John.
Yeah, he did.
He could beat him in 1-on-1 right now.
Wait, hold on, Jonathan. That's not being biased though. That's just saying that he could beat him.
Jordan Poole could beat Cooper Flag in a game of 1-on-1 right now.
What?
So let me point out how bad the media is.
Gary, who body you up, Gary? Come on, man. Be real.
Let me point out how bad the media is.
Wait, Gary, correct me if I'm wrong.
Cooper Flag against Jordan Poole.
Have you seen what Cooper's? Oh, okay.
Hold on, Gary. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hold on. Gary, I got a question, bro.
No, I know, Gary. I know Jordan Poole's in the NBA. Cooper's not. I get it. We'll stick with that argument.
Gary, I got a question, bro. Because John be confusing me on a lot of stuff, bro. So I got a question.
No, you be confusing me with this Amon Thompson praise, bro. Look at AP's reaction, man. It tells you everything.
First of all, you need to talk to BK on that because I'm not going to entertain you right now. So Gary,
now you want that trade? Oops, Sean Island alone on that one, man.
So my question is, Gary, when I point out somebody's flaws, right, and then I say, I think he could beat him on 1-on-1. I don't understand how that's being biased, bro.
It's not being biased. I
think I'm biased,
but we all have bias though. We all have some type of bias though. So I don't know.
Curry, I'm biased.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, BK.
Let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question.
I just said I'm biased.
I was talking about BK said no, so I was just like.
We can debate how good, but do you think Cooper Flag is going to be a good NBA player?
It's going to be what?
Yes,
a good NBA player.
I think he's going to be a good NBA player, Gary.
I think he's going to be okay.
I just think he's going to be a good role player. I don't think he's gonna be bad. I think he's gonna be a lot of
gonna be role player. But how you know what player is gonna be a role player? What player is not? We
can only go off what we see right now. AP.
I'll give you an answer. 2-3 years I'll tell you that much.
Can we give him a? Can we give him a chance?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, AP. Bro. When you saw Ant-Man, I don't know if you watched Ant-Man in college. When you watched Ant-Man in college, did it look like he was gonna be a role player or a superstar?
A superstar. But then again, you can only wait. But then again, he could end up being a role player. Like some players is like that. They'd be good in college.
You can only go off of what you see in the moment, bro.
Let me ask John a question.
All right, I mean, I'll give it to y'all. All right.
And right now, them players in the top 5 is looking like role players.
If you talk about the offensive upside, I guess you want to give it to Ant-Man, but I think Cooper Flag's had a great season in college, man.
What? I'm not trying to see. I'm asking a legit question because I think that's like a fair question. Like Cooper Flag is really, really good. Like,
a great. Really, I mean, to say a great college season, I don't know about that.
He's still good. I
said Ace Bailey disappointed me this year, man. Ace Bailey disappointed me this year.
I was going to have. I said in that offense.
I wasn't really impressed with Dylan Harper. I thought Dylan Harper was going to be way more.
2 big men on the block.
Now Harper surpassed Ace. We got to give him that, DJ. He's now number 2.
Hold
on, one at a time. Let me hear Gary.
Never went there.
Yeah, he should never went there.
I'm just saying Ace should have never gone to Rutgers. He was never going to look good in that offense. That offense is like from the 1990s or the 1950s.
Man, I don't want to hear that, guy. That's excuses, man.
No. Wait, Gary's making a valid point about their system. Gary's making a valid system.
He should have went to like.
Hey, man, hold on. Let me go back to Noah Clowny for a second over here, man. You gonna blame this on the offense here? Let me go.
Oh, stop, man.
No, yo, listen. Why you do this? Why you do this? Why you pull this? Why you pull this highlight shit?
Right here, this is like Ace Bailey.
What are you trying to?
Hold on. This is what Ace Bailey does on a consistent basis. Well, not on a consistent basis.
BK,
a lot of times.
College.
You know who I want to talk about. I want to talk about.
All right. Are you going to blame this on the offense right here, man? Like him dribbling into double teams, losing the.
I pointed this out. He dribbles into double teams. He dribbles into the help. Yeah, he does. All
right, Noah Clowny. All right,
or you gonna actually blame the play
Noah
on that,
Clowny. Noah Clowny can't go buy liquor right now, and you sit here judging him like he's a finished product. Like, give him a chance, man.
That's wild. That's
no,
wild.
I'm not. Listen,
yo, BK. I would say this about his handles though, and this is for Gary too. I think when he dribbles too like wide out. He's not. His handles is not tight.
It's
let me just say this. Hold on. Let me say this.
Hold on, AP, real quick. When you notice Noah Clowny dribbling with his right, he's dribbling the ball way too wide out. He got his arms extended too wide out. Look, and I think that's a problem, bro. Like I don't know why he don't fix that.
You know what it is?
It's style is very reads right here.
Now. He needs a proper coaching team.
And it's like BK in his mind, you can tell he thinks he's bigger than what he is when he's going to the rim. When he's not, bro, you're not going to be able to finish like that.
He doesn't understand the tools he has right now. He needs the best.
This is what I'm saying.
BK, rewind it real quick. John, look at this, bro. When you're a big man, that's what big men do, bro. He's not a big man, bro.
Right, because he has to get strong and physical. I think we all agree he has the potential tool sets. He just doesn't know what to do with them yet. His style is very predictable, and everybody kind of knows how he dribbles, how he shoots. I like for Ace, he just needs to go to that next level of making it all unpredictable and getting stronger.
I know who I want to get rid of.
See, now, right over here, hold on. I think him and Claxton is actually playing together. Here's a spacing issue right here, man. Like there's no reason.
I don't think they can play together. I used to think they could, but I don't think so.
They can't. No. This is his Claxton right here.
Why is Claxton running to the rim right there, bro?
Exactly.
First of all, if anything, he's supposed to be going to the left. He's supposed to go to the
there you go. So he kind of causes Clowny to kind of lose it. This is what I'm saying, man. Like you have to spacing is critical in basketball, man.
BK, rewind that, bro. When Claxton's going down there, he's supposed to be going to the corner right there.
Exactly.
Me and Gary talked about we got to trade Claxton this summer, man. He's just his contract really is hurting our flexibility.
John, look at that, bro. That's basic fundamentals. Go to the corner.
Yeah, go to the left. Go right here.
On the other side? Who's that? Is that Jalen
Why's he rolling though?
Who's that on the other side, bro? Is that Jalen Wilson?
I think so. I can't. It's Jalen Wilson. Yeah.
He's supposed to be in the corner too. Why is he in the room?
Yep.
We got to get it big in this draft.
He was wide open for a second, though. Like for a second, he was like wide open.
He would have been wide open if he went to the corner.
Not wide open, but he was open if you could have kind of a quick layup in, or
if Jalen Wilson and Jalen Wilson went to the corner and then Noah Clowny drove, bro. One of them two dudes would have been open.
Yeah,
exactly.
We need a big and we need a point guard. Those are two areas that got to be addressed in this draft. Oh man, the D'Lo move made no sense. They should have just promoted Killian Hayes.
Why is he just standing there watching? Supposed to be moving on the court.
Yo, DJ, D'Lo doesn't have the ball in his hands. He does nothing on that team.
I would love to run the Warrior system, bro.
Yo, DJ, with D'Lo, man, if he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he does nothing, man, to impact the team. Like he just stands there. Like it's such a.
Who you think he Kyrie?
Oh man!
And listen, this is like what y'all seen from Noah Clowny right here was all in the scouting report. So AP was saying, "Yo, they haven't scouted him." And all this stuff was in the scouting report, man. Coming out of college, man. He can't put the ball on the floor. He can't make the right reads. You know,
Dennis Milton in the comments, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I think Jordy's a little bit overrated. I think a lot of people are overrated.
I've been said that.
I think the real test for Jordy is when you get that young more talent. I think the problem this year is the vets played too many minutes. Like the vets should not have been playing all these minutes. They should have been rested more in fourth quarters, but Jordy never really ever did that. And I think that was a problem with where we're at right now is because he didn't trust the young guys to actually learn through their mistakes. It's only the last 8 games.
Hold on, Jonathan. You watching this over here? Do you trust Clowny to actually make high percentage plays? Right here, I mean, he can't.
We talk about what he has to work on. He has to work on the interior game, getting stronger on defense. The 3-point shot is there, but
years. That takes years. He's not going to do that.
But we need the pieces. Wait, you just said in the beginning of the show, we need the pieces. Okay, we don't have the pieces Rockets or these other teams do. That's where it starts in the draft. Is getting the pieces to complement Clowney's game. That's what we got to figure out here.
You know,
listen, Jonathan, I concur. The players have to be there. The players aren't there. Like we have to draft them. Sometimes you just miss the boat, and Sean Marks just missed the boat.
What he's trying to say is that yes, you have to draft players, but those said players that you want and that you're talking about aren't there, bro.
Listen, we agree. Did you watch the video me and Gary did? We cooked Sean Marks and Josiah on their bad
decision skills. Let me break it down like this,
we
Jonathan.
cooked it today.
Let me break it down like this. The reason why he brings up other teams, right, is because those teams are successful. Think about this. We in the East, the weakest conference of all time, bro. The weakest conference. We have always been the weakest conference. When you have guys like OKC, the Rockets, Cavs, Boston, them teams are successful because what? The players that they have around them, the system they run, bro.
I agree.
Have any of them type of players. We never had any of that, bro.
And the problem is small ball. Sean Marks has been obsessed with small ball for how many years now? It's got us nowhere.
So
even with the big
the formula
that was a huge problem.
Again, you gotta draft the players,
you have
man.
to have to win, bro. You have to have those type of players, John.
I agree with you. And that's why it's unfortunate that the lottery pick we have, the best chance we have to get that pick is 7 through 8. So if we get a lottery pick with that pick, let's hope we could do something with it. But yeah, I agree. This draft is important for finding the pieces that can complement what we don't have right now. We do need that starting structure. Hopefully this draft, this organization can figure something out.
I agree with player one. We do need a better. Well, we always needed a revamp at the big position. Ever since we got rid of Jared Allen and dudes, bro, we always had a trash big man position.
I agree. Listen, I think Thomas
we got Nick Claxton, man. What are you talking about? We got.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, okay, Gary. That man's a troll, bro.
Yo, he got cooked by Bismarck Beyond. I keep on saying that, man. He got cooked by Bismarck, man. Guy
wasn't even the only dude.
I don't think the Nets do got future picks, man. But like, to get up to like Houston, Boston's level, I think the Nets missed
even the Cavs. We can go to the.
Did you with Zach Lowe?
They're so far from that, BK. But let me ask you a question. Right now, you have 4 picks. Would you trade these picks to move into next year's draft instead?
Yes. Right in a heartbeat.
Dang, I don't know about that. Hold on.
I mean, maybe the later picks. If we do well on our first 2 picks, maybe I'll trade for the following if I feel good with our first 2 picks. But I don't know. We'll have to see who we draw first.
You only got 1 pick in next year's draft.
What's old boy's name in 2026? AJ.
I agree. BK, did you hear what Zach Lowe said on the Ringer? He said he thought the strategies organization wanted was to suck for 2 years. They couldn't even do that right. Like, it's crazy. The direction this year was not even met.
Well, listen, even if they suck, they try to suck. There's no players in it. Just like last year's draft.
I
don't think Reed Shepard's an NBA player, man.
The East is better than the West. Is he trying to make a case for that?
What's he trying to say, bro? West teams.
We're talking about in terms of talent. The West has way better talent than the East.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
I will say this, though.
That's true. What are the 2 best teams in the NBA? DJ, who are the 2 best teams in the NBA? The Celtics and the Cavs. They're both in the East.
Yeah, but the West has more competition,
I'm talking about the overall.
More depth. Agreed.
No, outside of them 2 teams, though. I mean, I'm just talking about in terms of the entire West, like East and West.
Yeah, the West is way deeper than the East. Like the West has.
The West got a ton of every superstars in the
East has 2 good teams in it. I agree.
Yeah, the West has
Giannis, Mitchell, and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Those are really the only
like the Western teams got to play each other 4 times a year, right? You know.
Would y'all even put Jalen? Do y'all consider Jalen Wilson a superstar? I mean, Jalen Brunson.
Jonathan does.
I mean, Jalen Brunson. BK, chill, bro. Not Wilson. I meant Brunson.
Yeah, Jalen.
Nah,
that's not that many superstars in the East, bro. That's not that many.
Yo, yeah, you guys. He's averaging 26 and 8 again. Like I don't. What do you I don't know. What do you want him to do? Like you want him to score 50 and 12 every like. Yeah, Jalen Brunson.
I would say I don't know about superstar, but that's.
I think I don't know, bro. It's hard.
I'll tell you this.
We knew he wasn't gonna have the same season he did last year, but he doesn't have to because he's got Cat now and OG who's cooking. Right, like he's averaging 26 and 8. Like, what do you want?
But Gary, I don't think it's about the stats though.
He's.
Is it about the stats? Is it about the points? I don't know.
What more? Yeah, Jalen. He's one of the best guards in the league, and I will stand on that.
No,
he's
I'll
probably
give him
top
this.
5 in terms of guards. Probably top 5.
I'll give him this. Without Jalen Brunson, the Knicks really don't have much fluidity on that team. You saw without him these past few weeks.
He is the point
they
guard.
don't really have an offensive game player. With Brunson, it's easy for him to be the orchestrator, I guess, if you will. So
the only way for the Knicks to be successful is they got to get rid of.
I think I heard you say earlier that Edgecombe is his NBA comp is Jalen Green.
I think so. I mean, that's his upside. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man. Jalen Green could shoot. He can handle the ball.
But Jalen Green couldn't shoot when he got into the league. That was his downfall.
He got better at it.
Three-point shot was horrible.
He did, right? But I'm saying BG's going to have to improve. Like I said,
playmaking. Like I seen a lot. I seen a lot from Jalen Green.
BJ kind of reminds me of a younger Ant-Man.
That's what I feel too. That would be a high ceiling, though, right? A very high bar.
No, his highest ceiling is what was that Boston Celtics player, man?
I would draft VJ Ocon. What is he? A shooting guard, small forward? I would draft.
I'd be excited if we had edge. But I know Gary's on the fence with him, but man, this guy has offensive skill sets. He has.
I think he's got a tremendous upside. I think his downside is Emmanuel Mudiay. So I think the upside is.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give Gary that. Gary's fair about. I'll give Gary that. Upside could be Ant-Man. Downside could be what he said.
I haven't heard that name in a minute, bro. He said Emmanuel Mudiay.
Yo, Gary's a historian.
I haven't heard that name in a very long time, bro.
It was VJ. It was that. Who was that player, man? On Boston had that was.
Avery Bradley. This Jalen Wilson stuff.
Yeah, that's who NBA scouts actually. That's this NBA comp is Avery Bradley.
We need to the comments, bro. We need to go to a Nets game outside of the Barclays, bro, and just be cheering. Get rid of Jalen Wilson, bro, please.
Man, he really dropped the ball this year, man.
I mean, like they tried him out.
I hope so.
thought he had some upside. It didn't work out. He's not an NBA player. Let's just move on from him.
Who's that?
Yeah,
two-way contract, bro.
But Wilson, man, just didn't work out. And he didn't take advantage of the opportunities. He got opportunities. He just
bro, he's like 20. How old is he now, bro? Like 27.
Well, again, you see his NBA. Like I said, you could just look at the scouting report coming out of college, man. You know this is who he is, man. You know, I'm not surprised.
Hold on. How old is he now?
I thought he had a shot. Like he could be a role player. Like if he could hit the three consistently, he's strong.
He can't even do that, bro.
He's not good.
He's an older younger player, right? We got him when he was like a junior or senior, right?
I'll rather give those minutes to Whitehead, bro.
100%.
What do you guys think of what?
Because you already know that Wilson can't play. At this point, I agree. Just play Whitehead.
Yeah, DJ. Do you think
Whitehead could be? I'll just have Whitehead just be a corner 3-point shot.
He's got to do more. I think the 3-point shot's been really good from Whitehead, but that interior thing, he's still trying to get his legs back. DJ, do you think he can get it back by next year?
Man.
I say stay away from that before he ruins his body.
Okay, so just look at compare Whitehead. Hold on, compare Whitehead to like Jalen Green. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he's a bench player, man.
And he actually had the ceiling to become something like that if he would have stayed.
He did, but he got hurt, right? Like it sucks. But now you got to adjust your game.
He gives me like TJ Warren vibes, man. He really does.
That means like his footwork, like
upside, but injuries.
His footwork, his floater game.
One of the worst signings we ever did.
Him getting stronger, right? I mean, all that stuff. Actually, his ball handling needs to be elite, right?
John and TJ
1-2 dribble pull-ups. So I mean, like I just look at like I said, I just look at the top players like Anthony Edwards, Jalen Green. These guys, Whitehead, nope. Sorry.
Man, this could be a very interesting summer because
player one. That's why I asked the question. That's why I asked that question.
Especially
I would not give up on Whitehead. Whitehead was the number one player in his high school class.
Compare him to Jalen Green. Gary, compare him to Jalen Green. Is he ever going to become Jalen Green? Ever?
Ever?
Yo, BK,
I can't say right now he's not even close.
That's a horrible comparison. The guy's legs are cooked compared to a guy who actually has athleticism.
All right, exactly. So then we should move on to get somebody that's like Jalen Green. That's not.
I would move on. I'm not saying he's going to be a good player. I'm saying that I would not give up on him just yet. I think there's talent there.
Yo, DJ, hoops comparisons are bad, bro.
Wait,
I don't think Whitehead is. I don't think the book's written on him. I don't think his career's over. I don't think he's just going to be a guy that stands in the corner and shoots threes.
He says Derek Whitehead.
I'll say this though.
He'll be one of those.
I think we should get rid of Whitehead. But I would just if we had to bring him back, I'll probably just bring him back on a 2-way contract instead.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2. We got him for 2 more years. So let's play.
Listen, Gary. The ultimate goal over here, right? I mean, we're trying to win over here, man. Right? So. Hey, we look at the top teams in the NBA. I mean, is Derek Whitehead like when you comp him to other top like Jaylen Brown, Anthony Edwards, like you look at Jalen Green, how explosive and athletic he is, how he's able to defend and guard. You know, is
he going to be as good as Jaylen Brown? No. Okay, but that doesn't mean he can't be a good NBA player. Right? Is it going to be?
No, I'm just saying we gotta get guys that can actually match up to those guys.
Yeah,
we gotta get guys that
we could have gotten Jaylen Brown, but Sean Marks wanted to trade for Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson instead, so we don't have them.
Yikes. That was a horrible
I couldn't believe AP wouldn't agree with that by getting Jaylen Brown.
Yo, seriously, DJ, listen, you know what the problem would have been? Yes, draft capital would have been a bust, but you know what? In a few years, Simmons, but listen, DJ, in 2 or 3 years, Ben Simmons' contract come off the books, you could have got the money to go have a superstar pair with Brown. It could have been feasible, not perfect, but it could have been feasible at the very least.
Let me ask you this question. If you had to say one of these two guys can be a decent NBA player, you have to pick one. Dariq Whitehead or Jalen Wilson, who would you pick?
None.
But you got to pick one. You got to pick one.
I agree with that.
I know the answer. It's obviously Whitehead. Like Jalen Wilson has no chance of ever being a good player. In the
Whitehead
NBA.
really is not that good, but I mean he's.
I think
he's better than Wilson.
Whitehead has self-creation within him. Wilson, he can't do it by himself. I think that's been pretty.
I mean, that guy's think role play. I don't know, man. I'm just looking.
How long is Wilson here for? This is last year.
I think so.
No, next year. Next year, I think he's got an option. He's got an option.
Oh my god, bro!
A player option? How did he get a player option?
It's Sean Mark, Gary. It's Sean Marks, Gary. Like we keep saying, this guy does a lot of.
Wait, Wilson got a player option.
So like I said, you just look at. I showed you these Clowny highlights, right? And we look at. That's like I said. Here's the bullshit. Here's the bullshit from the media.
Wait, hold on, BK. What did you just say?
It's a club option. It's a club option.
Oh my god, bro.
Hold on. Here's the bullshit. Here's the bullshit from the media.
Obviously.
The Brian Lewis, right? I think he's the one that wrote this article. Yahoo is just parroting off it, saying, "Oh, it's the injuries on why Clowny didn't really do that well." No, he's not that good of a player.
That was towards the end of the season.
Wait, Hoops. Hoops said fantasy injuries derailed what could have been progression on his part. You can't say the guy's a horrible player.
You look at Paulo Banchero, look at Bam Adebayo. Come on, man. Really?
Jonathan, hold on, Jonathan. When did the injury happen?
That Kings game. He was having a really good game. He actually went to the rim and then he twisted his ankle. That was around December, I believe. That's when the injury started, around December for Clowny.
No, this recent. Didn't he just recently get injured?
Yeah, twice. It was after that. He came back, and then it was one game against who? I think the Cavs. He hurt his ankle. It was very recently.
So it's only been 2 injuries.
2 to 3. I would say 3 with the ankle. 3.
That's no excuse. I'm not going to use that excuse.
Well, it was the first one. The first one had him out for like almost 2 months. So that was.
What was really I know about the ankle one. What was the first one? The first one was what?
The first one was ankle against the Kings.
Ankle.
Yeah,
so it's all been ankle injuries.
Yeah,
that's no excuse, bro, for him to be playing this bad.
No, I agree that he's got to take more strides. I think he needs to get even more stronger physically. Work on the interior game this summer.
Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas probably the only one on this roster that has an excuse.
Man, I wish we could have seen Thomas play 50 games, man. It would make the decision on a lot easier than it is this summer. Because, me and Gary have been debating, will they give Thomas a $21 million, maybe a $30 million for 3 years? I think a $21 million contract for 3-4 years would be a bargain deal because it's a market value contract. I think that would be the best.
If I had the power, player one, I'm telling you right now, if I had the power, if I was Adam Silver, I'm kicking Derek White out the league. Dariq Whitehead, out the league, and I'm kicking Jalen Wilson out the league, bro, for real.
I don't know how you put Jalen Wilson and Dariq Whitehead in the same breath when Derek Whitehead is 5 years younger than Jalen Wilson. They're not even close.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I don't see no potential in Dariq Whitehead or Jalen Wilson.
Now that I think about it, getting Wilson was like a wasted move because we got him the second round with our 50th pick, and he's 23, 24, and he's not even playing well in a rebuild. That's even worse. Marks' moves Marks' draft moves are not only cracked up to be. So a lot of people overpraise that.
When Whitehead was when Jalen Wilson was Whitehead's age, he was coming off the bench for Kansas. Do you understand? They're not even close to the same age. That Whitehead's got 5 years to develop until he's the age that Jalen Wilson is right now. They're not the same age. Let Whitehead. Let's see.
How old is Whitehead? 21.
21. Yeah, 21.
This is a very important year for him. He's kind of 2 years behind where he should be. So I think this summer he has to be very healthy.
Injuries, bro. Gary, me personally, I just don't trust any young player that has injuries like that early in their career, bro. I just don't.
Yeah. He's still 20. He doesn't turn 21 until later in the year. He's a baby. I'm not gonna write the book on his career and say that he's.
No, I'm not writing the book. I just feel like, all right, don't kick him out the league. Kick him off this team though. They can go play somewhere else.
DJ, what are your thoughts on Drew Timme, man? What are you seeing from him that you like so far, and what do you think like you want to see more improvement from Drew Timme so far? What do you thought about him?
I've been watching Drew Timme.
He's been all right. He's made a few threes. He's giving a lot of good energy.
Oh, I know he's talking about. My bad. You talking about the 6'10" boy?
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good. He's on the 2-way.
He's on a 2-year 2-way. He has an option 2 this summer. That's weird. He's under a 2-way option with an option. It's wild. It's wild. These contracts are weird.
He's like 6. I think he's like what 6'11"? No, 6'10". So I think he grabs boards really well. I mean, I don't know. I think he still has to work on the offense though.
Yeah, I agree. His offense definitely needs a lot more work.
But I am impressed with the level of boards. How many boards he grabs?
Yeah, that's definitely been a good thing. I think if Day'Ron gets signed and traded this summer, Timme could be a third stringer for this team. I think that's where they're looking at right now.
And we're gonna draft one. Here's my problem though.
What is he, a power forward, right?
So, maybe a mix, but I don't know. Still has to be written on that one.
So
I think he grabs boards better than Claxton, to be honest.
Claxton's not a good rebounder. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Claxton sucks.
Gary, have you seen how many times on Yes Network they talk about Claxton breaking records for rebounding? I'm like, we're getting crushed right now. And they're talking about him being 7th or 8th in rebounding for Brooklyn.
Yeah, to the Knicks fan in the comments, bro, why you want to bring up our pain, bro? I know we got rid of Kyrie, bro. Like,
oh, man, we were talking about that on Breezy's channel, man. A huge conversation.
We gotta talk about this, man, because, like, the Nets really, really, really screwed this whole thing. And he's right. Kyrie was our GM. Nets blew it. You know, I don't know, man.
Was it Kyrie or KD? Because I think KD was calling a lot of shots, and he really didn't address the Kyrie stuff.
Actually, it was all 3 of them. If you want to be,
no, you know what it was? Kyrie tried to in the beginning, and he was like, "Oh, screw this shit, I'm done." And then KD's like,
"Well, Kyrie actually in his last year plan for us, he did say they stopped consulting him about like things that they were doing."
Yeah, it was a weird thing at that time. That's why, like, I
maybe
think
they didn't trust Kyrie. They just stopped coming to Kyrie and they just went to KD.
If Sean Mark's contract is up after Sunday, man, don't re-sign him. Just find somebody new. It's not that hard.
I think going to KD and asking him what he wants. I think that's KD's moves in turn. I think that's bad. That's a bad move, though.
Yeah, choosing Patty Mills over Bruce Brown was a hard move. I don't know why he didn't like Bruce Brown, man. Bruce Brown developed to a great Swiss Army knife rotational piece, and you wanted to bring Patty Mills, who was burnt.
And he won a ring.
I honestly think that was a Sean Mark move, man. He likes more on the side.
So it doesn't make any sense to have Patty Mills. You already got Seth.
Yeah,
that wasn't KD's fault though, John. Everybody knows that Sean Marks liked Australians. Come on now.
Nah, because KD didn't like the fact that Brown was talking trash talk to.
Why do you think we kept Ben Simmons for so long?
Celtics. Oh, of course he can talk trash talk. It's the Boston Celtics. We're a New York sports team. I can't believe KD was upset about that.
Seth Curry.
I don't know why he was upset with Bruce Brown about that. Bruce Brown really developed into a balanced player, and then he went to the Nuggets and he won a title with them. That's why I'm like, Sean Marks.
And what happened after? What happened to him after that, John?
Yo, so let me ask you something. What can be done? Hold on. Now, what can be done to save the Brooklyn Nets right now, man? I don't think that there's anything that can be done, and I don't see it.
Our time has passed, bro. We lost our
hiring new management. Me and Gary keep saying if his contract is up to someone, get somebody new. Just don't let this guy back in.
You want me to answer your question? Here's what you can be done to save the Brooklyn Nets. You trade for Zion and hope that works out. Other than that, you got nothing.
To do what? Okay.
You gotta hope he plays like he did this last month with New Orleans.
Hold on, month. You want him to play for a month? That's it. That's all.
No, I want him to play. I want him to play.
65. Well, like I said, my thing is, hold on.
Let me answer the question. You gotta hope he can play 65 to 70 games a year at this level that he played with the
If this was the 1990s, Gary, give me Zion, right? But today,
that is your only chance. You have If you
Gary, I don't know about that, bro. Zion not getting to a playoff.
The thing is like in the 90s, right? You weren't asking big men, right? Like with Zion's size to step out on the perimeter and like move laterally with these guards, man. Like if Zion gets switched on to Jalen Green, they expect Zion to move laterally and stay with Jalen Green and play some defense, man.
Jalen Green is gonna get cooked. Okay,
what type
that's
of
it puts a lot of wear and tear on his lower extremities, leading to injuries.
He's 300 pounds or whatever he is, right? I'm putting him on the big. He's guarding the block.
But what about the switches?
He's like probably 265.
He's gonna get cooked on the switches, just like most bigs. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. That's what makes today's NBA so different compared to the 90s.
On the switches, but like you guys act like he has slow feet. He doesn't have slow feet. He's got very quick feet.
Wait, he can guard. You saying that even though he has quick feet, he can stay with Jalen Green?
I don't want him to stay with Jalen Green. That's not what
he stay with Jalen Green,
bro. Zion, to be honest with you, Gary, Zion is just like a low budget Giannis.
Nah, I don't know if I want to get Zion.
Yes, he is. They both.
All right. Hold on.
And Zion don't have and I think Giannis is also
my podcast and Gary's podcast.
Yeah, Giannis is better than
Zion, right? All right, I'll take him. It'll make the Nets definitely much more interesting to talk about.
And Giannis don't have an offensive bag.
He's going to be constantly hurt because today's power forwards have to guard perimeter players. That's how it is, man. And you expected to stay in front of John Morant. They expect you to actually contain at least Jalen Green and John Morant and Ant-Man. You got to hold these guys at least two.
Bro, y'all really think Zion is going to come to this team and do what? Like, what is he going to do?
No, I'm just saying. No, for the sake of the podcast, it will make it more interesting. He's not doing shit on the scene though.
I think it'll put people in the seats. You know,
that's what I'm saying. It'll make it more interesting. Like to talk to the Nets right now.
My worry is, can Jordy get? My thing is, can Jordy get through to Zion? Actually, get him to want to be healthy, want to be consistent. That's what it comes down to.
No, bro, nobody can get through to Zion, bro. They
listen. He has to get the weight down.
The coaches they brought in. They brought in what's his name? Steve Van Gundy. They brought in all them.
Hold on. If you look at Rudy Gobert, right? Look at his build, right? And when Jokic had that 61 points. Like Jokic hit 6 threes in that game. Like Rudy didn't even want to go on the perimeter and guard him. Like he was dropping back on Jokic.
Look how many people defend Zion, bro. He said Zion needs like Kawhi, and they need to keep. You
know what the crazy thing is? In the month
whole year off. What is he talking about?
You know what the crazy thing is? The month he's been healthy, he actually dropped to 15th in scoring percentage. Like if this guy got out of his own head, Zion would be one of the most dominant players in basketball. That is
Zion rest, bro.
Jonathan, he has to play defense.
All right, it's be healthy. It's be healthy. That's what it comes down to.
He's going to get switched on to, and you see how explosive of a first step Jalen Green has.
Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Who can guard the block better? A big center on the block. Who can guard him better, Zion or Nick Claxton?
No, listen. I'm talking about perimeter defense, man. Right. That's what I'm saying. Today's power forwards, today's centers,
you named
have to guard the perimeter, man. They're going to target. They're going to target him.
That's what the Nets have currently, DJ.
But hold on. But Gary, we've seen Zion still get cooked by low tier centers, bro.
I'm not saying Zion Reeves is going to be the next Bam. I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not trying to insinuate that. I'm just saying, like, what are you expecting Zion to do with this roster, bro? That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you expect him to do on this team?
Create offense for himself, create offense for others, and
be
an unstoppable force like he is.
But that's not
listen,
make any of those guys.
Cool. He can do that. He can do that, Gary. Nobody's doubting what you're saying. My thing is that you got to do it on both ends. You got to play defense.
Zion is not really a plug-in type of player,
bro. Does LeBron James play defense? Does Luka Doncic play defense?
Wait, hold on, Gary. But the thing about it is, you make it seem like Zion is a plug-in type player. He's not a plug-in player like Kevin Durant or Steph or anything.
I understood. You got to create an offense. I understand that. What I'm saying is, it's the only path out of hell. There's no other path for the Nets out of hell besides that.
Listen. If they're going to have all these dynamic guards, hold on. If they're going to have all these dynamic guards target him, right? And they will get him into those switches. And with Jalen Green is going to constantly be blown by him. Ant-Man is going to be constantly blown by him. Donovan Mitchell. Look at all the dynamic guards in the league, man. Steph Curry, right? He's not exactly quick, but if they get they constantly try to switch slower players onto Steph.
Hold on, BK. No, I can't. I'm not going to say that, bro, because I got defense Zion on that one. Giannis don't even guard the perimeter as well, bro. So what do you?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. He doesn't. That's what I'm saying. And he's going to get injured trying to do so. If he really tries, he's going to get hurt.
I would say this. The only scenario I see us even going after Zion is if you draft Dylan Harper. So you have Harper at point. You have Thomas at the 2. You could trade.
What are we going to do with that team? That's what I'm trying to understand, though, bro. Like, what are we going to do with that team? What do y'all want to do with that?
Who knows? DJ, who knows? But to Gary's point, if you get the point guard in the draft and you trade for Zion.
Bro, if you have Zion on your roster, you're not winning a championship, bro.
Well, you can say that about almost anyone. You can say that about almost anyone.
Like Gary's saying.
But Gary, hold on. But Gary, if you have Zion on this team, right, and then cool, we draft Dylan Harper or Ace or whatever, whoever else. What is that team gonna do, bro? The team's not gonna go anywhere.
But you got a window now. Now you got.
You can target. Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey so bad. You could target Ace Bailey. That's how bad
these East teams. Now credit to the East a little bit, right? Boston's not going nowhere. The Cavs, Bucks, Knicks,
Houston,
Detroit, and I think the Raptors are going to get better next season. The Raptors is better right now. The roster is good. They just got to get help.
Is Cade Cunningham a good player?
He's a great player. Right? I think he's a great player.
Is Detroit going to win a championship with him?
No, but I'm just naming the teams that's going to be better. Like they're not going.
Your argument that the Nets aren't going to win a championship with Zion, probably not.
But Cade right now with his team is getting you to the playoffs, bro. What are they? 16?
Zion will get if Zion is on the Nets, he'll get him to the playoffs next year.
Nah.
What?
He's going to get hurt. Gary, if he tries to put any kind of effort on defense, he's going to get injured.
Gary,
you can't ask a big, fat 300-pound guy to go out there and guard guys like Jalen Green, man. I mean, he's going to get hurt trying to move.
Why do you keep just mentioning Jalen Green? Mention other players. I
said Donovan Mitchell. I said Ant-Man. Are you listening, Jonathan?
Hold on.
Gary,
you're trying to say.
I just did, Jonathan. Hold on. I said Donovan Mitchell. I said Jalen Green. I said Ant-Man. I said John Morant. Are your ears full with wax or what, man? I mentioned the whole
thing. Harper on Green for like 3 minutes. So I was hoping to just hear some different names, man.
I gave you different players.
John don't listen, bro.
No,
I'm telling you, man. I gave him like 6 different players.
No, wait. Let's listen. I agree that Zion has some deficiencies on the defensive side, but you can't argue that.
Be trolling, bro. How was he going to get this team to the playoffs?
Wait, here's the thing, though. Say you pair a big next to Zion.
To the playoffs.
Wait. Say you pair a big next to Zion. That
changes the guys. It's not true, the interior defense. It's him having to guard perimeter players at that weight.
Not when he was healthy. He played 20 games this year.
That's because hold on. Think about this, Gary. They had Brandon Ingram, CJ, and they had old boy Trey Murphy, Herbert Jones, and all.
Even if they wanted
Valanciunas. Hold on, BK. And Jonas Valanciunas, right? So you put him, and then he has a.
I'm asking him to make the playoffs over the East. Atlanta's going to make the playoffs. Just be better than Atlanta.
Bro, he's not getting them past. Hold on, he's not getting them past. First of all, we're not even better than Atlanta. We're not better than the Bulls.
We're better than Atlanta.
You said who?
Atlanta. If we have Zion, we're better than Atlanta.
No, we're not. Yes, we're not. I don't believe that.
You got to remember, man, we got to face the Western Conference teams 2 times a year. You got to face Boston 4 times a year.
Teams too. Like I get it.
And they still what, the 8th seed, 9th seed?
That's what I'm saying. If we had Zion, we'll be better than Atlanta.
Well, we need a point guard.
Okay, but they the 8th seed though, bro. They still.
Listen. I'm not saying. I'm not saying, Gary, you're wrong about it. You know, just to a small degree. You're right. But
the
like to a large degree,
the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, I forgot about Orlando too. You know, yeah, man.
Zion, hold on. You make it. The thing is why? Hold on, okay, Gary. Why is Zion?
Jonathan Isaac has no offense.
I don't care. I just need him to defend. I just need him to be.
You got to do it all. Oh my God!
He said,
Gary, it's not football, Gary.
Gary Payton, because Gary Payton Jr.
He might be a worse GM.
Gary Payton Jr. have any offensive game? Does Gary Payton Jr. have any offensive game?
What's that?
No, he's an assistant with Steph Curry though.
That's my point. He
can shoot. That's Curry, bro. What are you talking about?
He can space the floor.
What is your? Hey, hang on, one at a time.
He's playing with Steph.
Hang on, one at a time. Let me start with BK. BK, what is your point about? Okay, I'm going to destroy this in 10 seconds. What is your point about Jonathan Isaac having no offensive game, which I agree with? What's your point?
Because they just dropped back on him, and just like I showed you in this clip right here, where we was.
And Jonathan Isaac plays in Spurs too.
Okay.
Yeah. So right over here. Right over here. Jonathan Isaac can't shoot. Hold on. I'm gonna show you right over here, man.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm asking you what your point is. What is your point?
You got to do it on both ends. You got to be able to score. And
put stop. Does Gary Payton 2.0 do it on both ends?
He can score. He
can score. We're done. Gary Payton is Donovan Mitchell offensively.
Hey, hold on, Gary.
That's wild. That's wild, man.
Gary. Just a couple nights ago,
BK, the same boxing, BK.
Hold on. Gary, I'm not saying that Gary Payton Jr. has to be Donovan Mitchell, but you got to provide some offense. Gary Trent Jr.
no offense at all, and he was a key part to a championship team. I'm not saying Jonathan
But
Isaac
y'all not factoring in what you have to put around Zion, bro.
When you have a horrible defensive player like
you
Zion,
need scores around Zion.
You gotta have like I don't know, just like
you need a big next to him.
They were saying like he's just not a plug and play. You gotta construct a roster.
It's like John. It's like that can defend 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 like Jonathan Isaac can.
But you gotta listen. Over here, look what happened over here. Noah Clowny tries to drive, right? I was showing this over here. Where was it? I think it was in the first one.
Bro, nobody cares about Noah Clowny, bro.
How does that correlate to Zion? Wait, how does Clowney's game correlate to Zion's hoops? We're
not talking about Zion. We're talking about Jonathan Isaac.
Oh, Isaac. Okay.
Yeah.
Is Isaac a better defender than Nick Claxton?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So who would you rather have, Jonathan Isaac or Nick Claxton?
But if you go into the playoffs, man, they'll expose Jonathan Isaac. You can't play him, man.
They'll expose both of them, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point, DJ. You made a good point there. They both.
So it's a hard argument because I mean in the playoffs I wouldn't want neither one of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why Jonathan Isaac can guard 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
All right.
Okay, Gary. Okay.
When you had Harlem,
right. Hold on, BK. He is right. So credit to that. I would probably play Jonathan Isaac in the playoffs in spurts, maybe like 1 or 2.
In spurts, I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's unplayable.
That's
but I'm not playing him 35, 40 minutes in a game. But like what I said, how Harlem was popping pussy for the Lakers earlier. I said they have too many limitations on the defensive end, and they have too many limitations on the offensive end. Then it's the same thing with Jonathan Isaac. He has to be able to actually put the ball in the basket. He's not a great jump shooter. Right? He's not a good post player. Like he doesn't have great footwork. Right? Just look at Jaren Jackson Jr. Right? Look at his offense.
He's getting paid like 80-something million.
Let me let player one go. The potential for Jonathan Isaac is huge. If he could put his offensive game together along with that wingspan and his defense, man.
Gary, the thing about
right now he doesn't.
Is, bro, you said Gary Payton a second, right? The thing is, he's playing with Jimmy Butler, he's playing with Steph, Draymond, and all them dudes, bro. So it's like you can't compare.
I'm talking about his role on the Golden State team that won the championship.
Let me let player one go. Come on, let me let player one go real quick. Yeah, player one. Get it on. Get
juggernaut team.
Push your point because I'm about to go, man. My freaking hamstring is killing me over here, man. Yeah, go ahead. Player one.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
I just wanted to go back on the Zion point for a second. Like, you're hyping up Sengun, who's also like a terrible defender.
Who's that?
Sengun?
Oh, no,
he's not. He's not a horrible defender.
He's not a horrible defender.
He's slow. He's a slow defender. Is what player one is trying to say.
I seen him move laterally and block shots. I was watching that Golden State game.
He's not. Hold on. He's not. Have you seen him? Have you seen his matchups against Wemby and all them dudes, bro?
Yeah, he cooks him offensively, but he doesn't get stops on him. What's it back and forth?
He's not Jonathan Isaac. Hold on.
He's not horrible.
He's not Jonathan Isaac defensively, but no, he's not a horrible.
Hold on. Player one. Hold on, BK. Player one. Horrible defenders is like Luka. Like he's not on Luka. He's not like that, bro.
Yeah,
he's just a slow defender.
He's close to horrible. He's slow. It's a
he's just a slow defender.
That's talent around him. All that defense. I mean, if you give Zion that same thing, I think he.
Do you realize what you have to put around?
He looks like an average defender, even without all that defense. So. With that defense, I think he looks pretty good.
I kind of
wait. Player one, that's not the debate though. Do you realize how much like stuff you have to put around Zion? And then you look at our front office. Our front office is just dumb, bro.
And you have to get the players. Look how long it took Boston just to assemble a championship. You have to be able to
y'all looking for Zion to come save y'all when our roster construction has been atrocious. And we had KD and Kyrie.
If you did the Zion move, a center and a point guard would be crucial. You would need a point guard and center.
I disagree with the fact that he can't help us win a championship. I mean, bro, he's 25 and 7 and 5.
Player one.
He's not number one. He's a third option. He's not a number one.
You got to play defense, right? You have to play defense, and they're going to ask him to guard. Like he's going to get. They want to talk to him
Zion because he's putting up numbers on a bad team, bro.
Bro, look at him last year.
It's not. DJ. It's not his scoring. He can't.
Brandon Ingram was on that team, bro.
He's not able to guard the perimeter guys.
Brandon Ingram stink the game up. He's a big reason they lost.
What are y'all talking about? You act like Zion was out there by himself. He had CJ. CJ was playing on a high level. Then you had Trey Murphy playing on a high level. Herbert Jones was playing at a good defensive level.
Why do you hate Zion? Like what?
Yeah, why do you hate it?
It's not hate. Y'all giving him full credit for something he did for the team, bro.
Zion is an unstoppable force. Is he?
Gary,
I just don't like. I like Zion. I like Zion. I just don't like him in today's NBA. I just don't like him in today's NBA.
He's not. Hold on, Gary. What I'm gonna say is, bro, he's a good player. But in terms of what you want to go win a championship, you're not winning one with Zion on your team.
Winning a championship. I was saying, here's a.
That's the goal, ain't it, bro? Ain't the goal a championship?
Ultimately, that's the goal.
What do y'all want to be? Y'all want to go out there and be mediocre?
In the NBA, like you know how far away we are from.
Wait, Gary, hold on. So my question is this: that's why I asked you the question earlier. What do y'all want Zion to do on this team? Because the goal is a championship, right? That's what the team's goal is supposed to be.
I want Zion to go vegan.
So y'all want to hold on. So this is my guess is right. Y'all want Zion on this team. Hold on, Gary. Y'all want Zion on this team to sell tickets, get people in the seats, be mediocre.
Yeah, just start. Mediocre is a major step forward from where we are right now.
You said who?
Well, all right. So what about all right? You don't think he's gonna get injured?
He's not a number one, bro. He's not winning no championship with this team, bro.
He can't be a number one.
The same thing about Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham's not winning a championship in Detroit. Like, so you don't want Cade Cunningham?
Exactly.
Exactly. Come on, man.
Hold on. The difference is Cade is a plug-in type player. That's why they're so successful.
Bro, he's averaging 4.5.
They're so successful in the 16 in the East. Like, can we stop being wild? Like,
but hold on, player one. You just named. That's how you know your argument is demolished right there. You just named turnovers. We're talking about plug-in players. Steph is a plug-in player.
Big deal.
Trey Young is a plug-in player. LeBron, hold on. I mean, not LeBron. Kevin Durant is a plug-in player. So turnovers didn't have anything to do with plug-in playing.
Yeah, but why did you mention it with Cade?
No. What DJ saying is that
hold on. What he said? I didn't mention turnovers was on.
It's going to take forever to actually construct. Just like if you trade for Giannis, right? Like Giannis will age out before we can actually put the right pieces to actually.
Okay, cool.
Around Giannis.
Don't even use that. If we have prime Giannis, right? Do y'all realize that we will have to have a ton of spacing, a good coach, like a coach that actually knows how to contend, like a coach with a lot of experience, at least 5 years experience.
You gotta get players that actually wants to play like off the ball, right? I mean, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot that goes into it, man. It's not that easy, man.
That's what I'm saying. Acting like Zion gonna come here and he's gonna give it to
Can I just say to Gary's point? He actually hit the nail on the head on what this organization should do since they don't know how to think 10 steps ahead. Be better than just mediocre right now. That's the only way to go about it. Wait. If the organization keep being screwy like this, be better than just mediocre at that point. Because if you just put out what this is this year, it's nothing.
Okay, and that's why I named John. That's why I named the teams that are actually better. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And my predictions so far have been right with a lot of the teams in the East. I think
you're right about Philly, bro, man. You called Philly out, man, with T. You called Philly out with T, bro. I remember.
And then I got Detroit. They're gonna be way better, I think, next year. Orlando's gonna get better. So it's like, bro, and then I think the Hawks might make a move.
DJ, I have a question for you.
What are the Hawks doing though? Are they gonna trade Trey?
These are my two things, Gary. Either they're gonna trade Trey Young or they're gonna get somebody over there with him. Like they're gonna get like a sneaky piece. It's not gonna be no superstar type. It's gonna be a sneaky piece though.
You know what?
A high-end role player or something like that.
I think they might trade Trey because remember they're a small market team. They don't like going
things, bro.
Wait, did you guys say one?
If I'm Trey Young, I might stay on the Hawks one more year.
Wait, DJ, can I say this one thing? Given that they're a small market and they don't like to go over the second apron, I think there's a higher chance they do trade Trey Young because his value is the best. His value is the best it's ever been this year.
The Spurs have their
they're not going to. No, the Hawks don't get superstars like
that. I agree, player one, but he's due for an extension, making $60 million. And to DJ's point, I don't think they can get a second star with him making as much money as he is. So I think there's a little worry there if they try to go after another piece.
Trey Young actually puts butts in the seats for them, though, man. That's
he's a superstar.
I agree.
The Hawks have in the last.
They probably should have traded Young 2 years ago. Think about it, they were already going young a year ago. Like they should have probably traded him a year ago.
Well, if you think about it, hold on. John, that's not that. The reason why is because they actually went far with that roster that they had.
They went to the conference finals.
Yeah, they went to the
a
conference.
few years. No, I'm not talking about 3 to 4 years. I'm talking about like last year when they traded away DeJounte Murray. I thought they were gonna go in a younger direction.
Well, him and Trae Young didn't really fit well together, and DeJounte was always hurt.
Right, but here's another thing. The trade deadline moves the Hawks made this year. They got a lot younger.
I think that was a bad move to trade for DeJounte anyway.
The Hawks made moves. You're trading away like veteran pieces for younger talent or expiring talent. So I think
let me wrap this up. I'm be on tonight, man. I got to rest.
And the Raptors, I'm calling it, man. Y'all better stamp this right now, BK. I'm calling it. The Raptors are going to be better next season, bro. Watch.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, definitely, man.
Wait, player one, is that you, player one from the channel?
Yeah. Come on, bro. Of course.
Yeah, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, bro. That's all good.
What channel?
When he be commenting, bro.
Yeah. Comments.
Okay.
I think I've heard one time on your show. So I was like,
let's play one. Good stream. Check out Gary's show. Nothing but nets over there, man.
No, it's BK. Nothing apostrophe but nets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I forgot. It changed. It changed.
Yeah.
I would pick a different channel, a name, Gary, where it's not like confusing. We got other people with other names on there and shit, man.
It's a great channel. Wait, it's a great channel.
I'm just saying, there's like 3 other guys with the same channel and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like dead channels that don't do shit, and they might get it confused.
It's good.
What about like next level or something, right?
Nah, we'll keep it. It's good where it's at. The good thing is this summer there should be a lot of Brooklyn content being made, so I think everybody's podcast is going to do well.
I don't know. We'll see, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see how this draft.
That's just boring to cover, bro. What are you talking
about? Listen, hold on. And the NFL is about the teams, and the NBA is about the players. You need players, man, to make the team interesting. The Nets don't have anything, and they're going to be bad for a long.
I'm trying to say this. They're in hell. They're going to be bad for so long unless they get Zion Williamson. That's the only shot they have.
Oh my God!
Listen, Gary. It'll make them interesting. It'll make them more interesting.
It'll bring probably some fans in there to watch.
Yeah, it'll make them interesting. But like, he's gonna constantly get hurt. Like I said, in the '90s, why I bring up the '90s so much? You wasn't asking Xavier McDaniel, Charles Oakley to guard the perimeter.
Let me talk this out with you, right? If they get Zion Williamson and he gets hurt all the time, they're gonna suck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're gonna suck regardless. If you bring in Giannis, you're gonna be Milwaukee. You're gonna be a 6 seed or worse, right? Like you're not really gonna be good. If you just sit here and draft a bunch of guys who are 18 years old, you're gonna be bad for 5 years until those guys get good or they don't turn out, right? Like there's no path that you.
That's a fact.
You have $25 million tied up in Nick Claxton. You got another $22 million tied up in CJ. That's $50 million.
So all I'm saying is
Mark screwed this organization.
That's what I'm saying. The only way out of this is to get someone who can impact the game, who's still young.
Impacted how? He's not winning them games by himself.
I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe you get AJ next draft, but like one.
I got a question for you. Wait, Zion is so impactful, right? Why is the Pelicans losing?
Because they have the worst luck with injuries. They have the worst luck with injuries you've ever seen.
Hold on. That's not true. Only Trey Murphy got hurt, and what?
No, their whole team got hurt this year. Wait, the Pelicans' whole team got hurt this year, man.
What happened to him?
In the first 10 games.
Yeah, hold on, DeJounte, bro. You don't even need DeJounte Murray, bro. So that's no excuse. I'm not.
DeJounte fractured his hand on the first game in the final minute of the first game of the season. Like literally,
right,
that's how bad it is.
Let me wrap it up.
Wait, can I say this one thing to Gary? So Gary, we're going with Plan A or Plan Z. Is that what we're deciding between right now? Plan A or Plan Z?
I'm just going with Plan Z. I don't see any other plan that can get us out of hell.
I'm not dealing with no fat, out of shape dude that's gonna be.
No, I give it to Gary.
You don't like him because he's fat. I get it.
Like, no, it's not. Listen, if he was in the '90s, Gary, I would take him all day because he doesn't have to play on the perimeter. Today's power forwards got to play perimeter defense, man. They're gonna target Fat Zion, man. I mean, it's the same thing with the Lakers, man. They got too many.
I said you needed Jonathan Isaac to pair with them, so that you guys.
That's a hard
offensive game.
Zion needs space. Hold on, Zion needs spacing around him. You got to construct the roster a certain way. You need shooters around Zion.
Zion played phenomenally with slow ass balance. And I know Valanciunas shot some threes, but Valanciunas is not a spacer. He played really well with Valanciunas. You know what I'm saying?
But there was other shooters on that team.
He can shoot threes.
Not really. How many threes is Valanciunas?
35% from threes is average.
How many?
DJ, what center can you pair with Zion, DJ? What center can you pair with Zion?
Valanciunas worked because Valanciunas spaced the floor.
He doesn't really space the floor. You guys say
the only time that he spaced the floor is when he left the Pelicans and he went to the Wizards.
How many threes did Valanciunas hit in the season? 100? How many threes did Valanciunas hit in the season?
No, he doesn't do it.
He's a 35. He's an average 3.2. 35%.
Gary, that's what I'm trying to say to you. He doesn't space the floor anymore, but when he was on the Pelicans, he really spaced the floor out, bro.
That's the system. That's what they wanted, though. I think probably in Wizards they don't want. I don't watch the Wizards, man. I think they're worse than the Nets.
Bro, he's older.
No, they beat us this year, Gary. I mean, BK. So I don't say that right.
The most threes Valanciunas ever hit in a season was 57. Well, he's not really a floor spacer. I understand he shot some threes and he shot them on an okay clip.
Listen, you don't think 57 threes will help the Nets? Hold on, Gary. You don't think 57 threes will help the Nets?
I don't think anybody.
That's not a floor spacer, though. That's not a guy that you have to.
It's something.
You want to rely on Valanciunas? Oh, come on.
Hold on, Gary. We're comparing it to average centers. He's an average center. For an average center, that's good.
Yeah.
Wait, so we need Valanciunas?
If you wanted to have Day'Ron Sharpe shoot 57 threes a year, you could do it.
Keep him. If he can hit 57 threes a year, I'll take it. It's that he's not
all day, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, but you have to get rid of,
yes, I'm taking that.
You have to get rid of Claxton though to re-sign Day'Ron, or else Day'Ron has to go. That's the problem. I mean, Gary.
Who wants Claxton? Listen.
Somehow how to get Claxton out of here. I don't even care what you get from at this point.
Wait.
You know what I saw? Wait, Gary. Can I say something to Gary?
We can sign Day'Ron Sharpe for cheap, bro. We don't.
Wait, Gary. Bleacher Report came up with a hypothetical with the Lakers and Claxton trade. Hear me out. Here's what it is. Wait. Can I say to Gary? This is what the trade was. Ruri Hachimura, Dalton Kennett, a 2030 first-round pick, and a 2031 first-round swap. Would you do that deal for Claxton?
I would do that in a second, but why are the Lakers doing that? Why are the Lakers?
Exactly.
The Lakers don't want him, John.
They don't want him.
Need a big. Wait, the Lakers need a big. The Lakers need a defensive big next year.
Hold on, John. For the playoffs, they do, but
nobody wants.
It's not looking like they do.
Right, but they don't have a lot of options. Is what I'm saying. At least with Claxton, he could give Lucas some type of coverage, something at least.
I think if anywhere he can work offensively, he can work with Luka because you can just pick and roll with him. You're not going to watch him dribble the ball in double team. You're not going to watch him dribble the ball.
That's not working in the playoffs.
Look at what Claude said. Look at what Claude said, DJ.
Yeah.
What? Gary's eat fruits and vegetables? What the? Where did that come from?
Carnivore diet. That's why he's saying that.
Diet. No,
if Claxton was on the Lakers, bro,
Gary's on the carnivore diet. Gary's on the carnivore diet. Nah, but they.
All right, let me wrap this up. I'll be on tonight. I'm gonna be on tonight. We're gonna do this. I forgot what.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm gonna be watching a lot of Raptors games, bro.
I've been watching a lot of Houston games, man.
When next season starts, I'm watching a lot of Raptors games, bro.
We need to do what we got to do to get Zion, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah, I can't.
Let me let Elam go real quick. Elam, go ahead, man. I was about to wrap this up. Go ahead, man.
What's the conversation?
Oh, we were talking about initially we were talking about Noah Clowny's season performance, his full season review, and then we just got shifted off into other things, man. But come on tonight, man. I'm gonna be on tonight, man. Make sure your notifications are actually set, man. Like a lot of people are telling me that YouTube is turning notifications off to personalize or turning them off completely. So make sure the notifications.
Yeah, YouTube's been doing that for a minute. Like,
yeah, they do it to a lot of other channels I'm subscribed to too, man. I hate that shit.
But I feel like if he was fully healthy, then it wouldn't be an issue. But he had Clowny, like
you crazy. It's not even that, man. Like
I'm not using he's ankle injuries.
It's a one trick.
But it is a worry. True, but it is a worry that you got 3 knee injuries in like the same season. Like I don't know. I'm not looking at that as like a future piece moving forward. Like, yeah, like that is a concern. I think he has to get his weight up. But I think he got to work on a lot of stuff as well. Close game.
He cannot finish, bro.
Putting the ball on the floor. Like, it's just a lot of work.
If we get a point guard in this draft, I think you're going to see a difference with Clowney if he has a point guard next to him. I think that's what the next step is.
No, bro. Y'all think just because you get a player, they're going to fix that player's flaw.
No, but I'm just saying, DJ, that a point guard for us is very important because Jordy likes to run a lot of things through the point guard.
Own individual game in order for.
I agree with you, and that's why I said we need a center like Queen or a power forward like Queen who could do offense by himself. You need that type of big on your team right now. We don't have that.
Can Queen play with Zion?
No, you know what? I want to say no because wait, guys. I wouldn't see it because you don't want Zion at the 5, man. I think Zion at the 5 would be a worst case scenario.
I don't know if that would be a good. I don't know if that would be a good fit.
Yeah. But what center can we play with Zion though? If he was on this team, what center could play with him?
You need a spacing. You need like a Jokic or something, bro.
You
need a stretch, right? I think you need a stretch.
You need like a Miles Turner.
Yo, he's a free agent, but I don't think we have the cap space.
He's going back to the Pacers, bro.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I hear they're going to trade up some pieces to re-sign him.
I don't know, Queen. Yeah. I think they have too much of the same type play style. I don't know if Queen.
I mean, do y'all see Queen as like a role player, a guy?
Yes,
no, starter. I see him as a potential starter.
As a starter, I think he can be a starter. I don't think he can be your franchise player though. I'm not sure if you get him for franchise player, but can he be a starter? Sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to. I don't know if he's a 4 or 5. His height is going to tell a lot. If he's 6'9" at the combine, I'm kind of off.
There go another Ben Simmons for you, BK. There you go.
Yeah.
Now who knows? He might go to like.
He's not really. Hold on, because it's like he's not really an explosive leaper as it is. Like for that position, when you look at
that's as good as they're going to get for you with the ball. Ben
Simmons. I mean, look who's going to have to guard in the league once he gets here. Like,
you think he can score like Paolo Banchero, Bam Adebayo, Jaren Jackson Jr.?
No, not really. I mean, look at the footwork those guys have. It's going to be
them guarding him. I'm saying, like, he's not an explosive leaper. Like, that's the thing. He doesn't get up off the floor that well. He's like, take pictures of Zach Randolph, like back in the day.
It's going to be.
Yeah,
it's going to be difficult. If he had more of a Apollo type game, I wouldn't be worried, but it's going to be difficult for him to adjust in the league. I don't know what he is. He doesn't play like a 4. He doesn't really play like a 5. It's hard for me to gauge him.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Noah Clowny. Like Noah Clowney's not a power forward. He's not a small forward. He's not a center. So like
I think he's closer to probably a small forward. Then
you got to be able to pass the ball, shoot, ball handling. Like he doesn't have any of that.
Queen has rebounding and offensive capabilities that he can find himself.
Look it up in the definition. You have to be a small forward has to be.
Does Derek Queen have more skill sets than Daron Claxton right now, especially on offense?
You got to see if he can score against like the top.
We need that. Until like Gary says, we need a way out of some of the mess we put ourselves in.
Because they haven't played against the NBA players, though.
Yeah, we got to see how they. Let me go. I should have been sleeping like 45 minutes.
All right. Good.
Like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share the show. Good show today, man. I'll be on tonight, I guess. Like technically, it's the next day already. So, 10 o'clock, I think, if I don't fall asleep.
Wipe the glaze off your lips, John.
Yo, that's that same advice for you, man.
All right, man. Peace out, everyone. Peace.
Man.